talk about the latest in gaming news, hot topics, and more.
Let's go! With
guests Lady Infamous, Delilah HD, 108 Dragons TV, Triple Cup Chuck, Live Wires Gaming, Blood Knuckles, 100, Kaleidoscope, and your host, K Mega 405. The GRG Podcast
starts right now.
We're doing it live. What's up, everybody? The GRG Podcast is in effect, and we are live. We doing it live, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. Thank you for coming and hanging out with us. And, man, we got a lot to talk about. We're a little light tonight, but I'm sure that people will come on through later on down the line. But anyway, let's get on to it, man. Right now, what we got is our Rookie of the Year. What's going on with your operations? What's happening?
What's up, man? Nothing's going on with me, bro. Just playing some Sekiro right now. Game's pretty fun so far, you know. Haven't gotten nothing hard yet, but, you know, so far I'm still chugging through. Of course, it's not as, like, cataclysmic hard, some people say, but, you know, I'm still early on in the game. That's cool. I still haven't had a chance to play it. They say only real gamers play that game. So regardless, I'm still not paying the $60 for it. It's just not happening. But I'm just not doing it. So, you know, hopefully hopefully put some Gamepass someday.
Yeah, maybe. But anyway, man, we're moving on down the line, man. 100 and that mic. We're hearing a lot of traffic in the background. Are you outside walking?
No, man, I'm just in my office. I can't, man, 747 going out of my head. I can't do nothing about that.
Oh, I thought that was a car. I thought that was
that's a damn plane.
That's a plane. Oh, that's right. Yeah, you sitting in the back with the windows open, letting the breeze come in.
Man, let's go. I'm gonna close it up. But yeah, this is the MVP of the podcast. You know what I'm saying? I'm back again. You know what I'm saying? I spit that fire, spit some facts. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Six Doe, Mr. Metacritic in the house. Let's go.
All right, let's get it. Knuckles, he'll be popping in and out. He's over there taking care of some business. The rest of them, we'll see. But let's get straight to it. First off, let's talk about a little bit of news coming in about Mortal Kombat. We're not gonna go into too much deep detail about it because there's still so much stuff that's been coming out. But my question to you guys is, have you seen the trailers for the new characters that they've been introducing here lately?
I saw the new character. She's an elder god, so I'm glad they're bringing the elder gods in there. I guess she's Shinnok's sister, and she's the new other character. What's her name? Portica, whatever her name is. She's her mom, so it's like it's about to get raw in that bad boy.
Yeah, did you see the other one? Because Bam posted, but I seen it before. Well, I seen it before Bam posted in the DMs, but I did check it out. Shinnok's, I'm not Shinnok's. It's Shao Kahn's minion. He's they showed him the Collector. That was his name. He's got like 4 arms. He looks wicked. I was watching it through my phone at work. I couldn't really get a good look because the sun was gleaming over the phone, so I couldn't see everything. So I got to put some little bit more detail into looking at it myself. But it did look impressive. Did any of you guys see him, the Collector?
No, I didn't see the Collector yet.
Yeah, I can't see him yet either.
Yeah, no, he was pretty damn dope. It was pretty crazy how he looked, man. It was wild. So it was pretty cool. But anyway, yeah, no, I was just impressed about what's going on with Mortal Kombat, man. It's looking better and better. There's still more characters that they're trying to show. Thank you. And then it's like just real crazy, man. This guy, it got the potential of being the best fighter that probably has ever been made.
And real quick, these tag team battles they're talking about. So like, it's like with your friend, right? Mm-hmm. Oh, that's definitely dope. I think that's probably the first. Isn't a fighter? I'm not really sure because I'm not thinking as far as like y'all are. Like the fact that you guys tagging your friend like that as well, but that's pretty dope though. Well, like you add a new element to competitive play as well. Well, like I said, just solo fights, just that team going at it.
Well, see the tag battle thing. See, I wasn't going to get really into it because I didn't get a full detail of it either. It's just more. It just said that it was going to be limited tag. battles that was going to be in a single player mode, and you know, so yeah, it's not going to be. Hey, it could be something that they could dish out later on, but I mean, right now, I think they want gamers to get used to the characters because they brought out. I can't recall on any Mortal Kombat as them having so many new characters. Maybe going back to when they had Funyun or Funjin, however you said his name, the other elder thunder god or whatever. He was a like tornado or whatever, but it was pretty crazy. It was yeah, but I mean but all these newer characters, and now like 100 said, bringing in the elder gods, and I loved her fatality. I mean I loved her fatality where she got big and stuck out and it looked like Zura's raft. I was like, what? Like, man, it looks really dope. So I'm really looking forward to Mortal Kombat. I just wanted to give a little shout out for it before we get into the other topics, because it's just like, man, they just dropping more stuff and it's only just a couple of weeks away. Oh man, I'm finna no life that game. I'm finna play it like I play Tekken, man. I'm just gonna go all in. I'm just gonna risk it all for that game, man. I really am. Man.
Did they supposed to have a combat cast today?
What?
That's what you saw. Was it a combat cast today? Well, I missed it because I was watching the Dodger game. I was in my office working, and I remember Bam talking about the combat. I said, "Oh, I'll be at home," and I was working, and I was sitting in the office, and I had the Dodger game on, and so I must have missed the combat cast. Because I remember you saying Friday, so that's when they showed the characters you're talking about.
Yeah, no, it was something. It looked real dope, man. I was like, man, yeah. But somebody said up there, I forgot. He said 6 arms. See, y'all can only see 4. Like I said, it was a gleam, and I couldn't really see, but because I was watching it through my phone, standing out there. But I was like, man, it was dope. It was real dope. But anyway, I just, man, shout out to NetherRealms. They look like right now that they're setting the standards for fighting games, and I hope a lot of them starts understanding that the story mode is just as important as just the fighting mechanics and for the character models and all of that. Dead or Alive, I enjoy playing it, but they failed instantly by not letting you have local matches to where you can play with your friends. You know, you just only can do ranked matches. That's a fail. I haven't gone back to it after I beat the story, and the story was absolutely atrocious. I mean, I really, Dead or Alive stories has not gotten any. The best one was probably Dead or Alive 3, in my opinion, and then all the rest of them has just kind of been just filler. Tekken story, I mean, I thought Tekken 7 story was amazing. Well, and I mean, yeah, I'm prejudiced about it because I love Tekken more than anything in the world, but I thought the story was really good. I thought the points that they missed is having the little narration guy that was in there that was talking. I thought he was cool, but when they clipped over from the CG scenes to the part where they were, where the guy was narrating and then they were showing those little clips, I wish that they did more with that. But overall, the tie-in to everything, it's like all these answers and everything is coming in. It's really dope. But Samurai Showdown's coming out. It's getting a lot of attention. So Soul Calibur is really good. So I mean, you don't hear too many people talking about that. Jump Force, that story is all over the place, but it's really good too. So anyway, but anybody else want to say anything about the?
Yeah, but see, I like the story thing about it with the story mode with KI and stuff. When you do a good story mode, it kind of teach you how to play the game to a certain extent.
True.
With different characters.
True.
And that's what I do like about it. It's like, okay, I'm playing with a character that I would never play. Like I never would have played. I never really played with Johnny Cage like that. I ain't played with Cage since like part 2. But the last one I played with him because I have to play with him through the story. I'm like, okay, he's pretty cool. He's a zoner, you know what I'm saying, all that. And I ain't the one that count no frames. I can't count frames for nothing. And so I just like, it's just fun. Like you can learn a character, learn different moves. And this one is just totally different. This one is going crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's going to make you can actually customize your character. So it's going to be a lot of mix-ups. I think it's got a whole lot of legitimacy. I think this might be the number 1 game for Evo next year.
And that would be amazing because Evo is usually ran by the Japanese fighter. And I think that's why it that where when you look at it overall that they don't really care so much about the story and they care more about what's going on with the fighting mechanics and things like that. Mortal Kombat and even Injustice, they have set the standard on bringing story and gameplay, and that's amazing. That's amazing. Oh, thanks, bro. That Sir X-Man, that's not my car. This is the Don's gameplay right here where you're seeing the
That's my car.
Oh no! Oh, okay. See, I'm a little ahead. I keep forgetting that I'm ahead of you guys. Yeah, it switched over from. Dang, you called that out. Oh, yeah. No, that was 100's car. Yeah, the PS4 thing. Yeah, whatever.
That's my gremlin.
That's your gremlin. Oh man, 100 over there put that out there quick. He's like, hey man, that's my car. Anyway, yeah, I thought you was because I'm looking at. Yeah, I'm forgetting I'm a little bit ahead. Like it's funny. But anyway. Skipping on to that, I think the fighting talk is all over with. I do love talking about fighting games. Once we know more about Mortal Kombat, it's going to be crazy. I'm going to do a lot of streaming of Mortal Kombat. I want to just want to show people how I can evolve, you know what I'm saying? Get those GRG fight nights back. But anyway, I know Sir X-Man is over here like, when you going to play me in Battlefield? I'm going to play you in Battlefield. We're going to play some Battle Royale probably Sunday. I'll try to do it. I'm not the biggest fan of Battle Royale, but I do want to talk about something a little bit later that's really talking about shooters in general, and seem like that the tide is turning with shooters. Like there's just a whole nother evolution of them. But first, let's get on and talk about Driveclub. There was some news that came out earlier this week, and Driveclub seems to be falling more off the cliff than what it was after it didn't really do that well in the sales, and obviously it just didn't resonate like people were suspecting it to be, as the media was calling it the Forza killer. But more bad news for Driveclub fans. Driveclub's multiplayer will be terminated here what is it, March 1st or August? I can't remember which month it was, but it's about to go finito and gone here pretty soon, and within the next month or a couple of months down the line. And I find that to be really unfortunate. I really do. I mean, because there are fans, I'm sure, of Driveclub. Driveclub is a beautiful game. The driving mechanics, not so much, but it wasn't a horrible driver. I've played some really bad drivers, and this driver was not that bad, but it was gorgeous. It was the better looking driver when it was going up against Forza Horizon 2. The problem was that Forza Horizon 2 was its own beast, and it compensated for not having the most prettiest graphics, but having spectacular gameplay. So I'm going to go to you, Operations. What is your thoughts about Driveclub, and what's this say about Sony and what's going on with driving? I know GT is doing fairly well. They said they had 7 million users out there. There's still players out there still playing GT. They're still having some life with it by bringing in some more DLC, things like that. But what do you think about overall about Driveclub and about what's going on with just Sony and drivers, period?
Well, I think it's sad that they weren't able to keep their own servers offline. It was kind of feasible for them to keep it online. It does really suck. But I think this really shows that driving games is a very niche market. Because G4 is doing well outside of that, before whenever they get new drivers coming up, you don't hear much about them usually after a launch or shortly after that. So I guess that shows that this is a really hard market to penetrate into because of how small the crowd is. So it's just one of those things that it is what it is. And it's kind of weird at the same time. People probably thought it's a Forza killer, try to put so much weight, so much clout behind it, and see that a year or so later, I don't remember when it came out, but can't get them on most servers online. It's supposed to be the killer Forza. It's just it's insult to injury on that part for them. So, I mean, it's just one of those things where it is what it is. It's sad, but it can compete with them. This is what happens.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. I see Triple Cup in the building. What's up, bro? Are you there? You got your mic? You close to the mic? I see it's off. Okay, there you go.
Yo, what's good with you?
What up? Oh, what you eating on?
Oh, an apple.
All right.
Apple bake you to dinner.
Is that your dinner for the night?
No, an apple they keep the dentist away.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, I think that's different. I think an apple will make you go see the dentist because you might, well, not so much. Not so much. Just brush your damn teeth.
Right, no, that's what old folks saying.
I know. Use baking soda. You'll be good. Them teeth stay strong for you, bruh. Anyway, what's up with you, Chuck? What's going on?
Oh, good, man. In here. Yeah, I had the technical difficulties, man. My girl had my charger and stuff like that, so now I got it. So I'm back in here. I'm ready.
Yeah, sorry about the background noise. I guess that's 100 going with he's got his windows open and it's got planes and stuff, so whatever. I don't know what's going on out there. So, in LA they always got something going on out there. But that's what that noise was. It was he got his windows open in that back room or whatever, but he's muted, so that's cool. Anyway, but what up, Chuck? Did you hear the what I was asking about with Driveclub, and what was your thoughts about it?
Now what was going on with you had said?
Oh, well, I was basically bringing up the point of saying Driveclub is that the multiplayer is going away here in the next month or the next couple of months or whatever. And if you remember that Driveclub was supposed to be the Forza killer, and what happened? What is your thoughts of why Driveclub didn't get the support from Sony or even GT? GT is getting some support, but it just doesn't seem like it got the same type of energy for it to be their billion-dollar franchise, like God of War or whatever. And we know God of War is not the billion-dollar franchise or Horizon Zero Dawn, but yet they've given much more energy about other games than racers. What do you think? Why do you think Sony is not giving racers the love that they deserve?
I mean, probably because they ain't seeing the money that Forza is seeing, and they don't know that Forza built up their reputation now, and GT they'd have lost a step or two, and they now
Yo, 100.
Right, Bone?
100. All right, cool. Go ahead.
Call the people for them.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, man, that. But the only thing about that with Sony, they just I don't know. They act like they don't even care about the races no more. But at first it was saying it was supposed to be a Forza killer, but ain't nothing really competing with Forza right now. So they really dominating. So they like I said if they shutting the servers and stuff down. I mean, who actually playing on them? So I can't, you can't get mad because if ain't nobody on there, those resources could be going to something else.
Yeah, but I'm sure that they have some people that's still playing. There's some fans of the game. I'm sure. I mean, I don't know. You could be right though. I don't know.
Nobody talk. You don't see nobody streaming the game. You hear nothing about the games no more.
Yeah, that part is true. Unfortunately. I mean, they got hyped when it was supposed to be the Forza killer, and it sold, I think, around 2 million, and and then of course it was 1080p, and that was and it was beautiful. So that they bragged about that. But yeah, you're right that you don't really see any type of gameplay from that game whatsoever. I might just need to go ahead and pop it in and just show some gameplay, just to show love for the game, just to show a little support while it's going away. So I don't know, but anyway, 100. If you're away from the cops, and
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta.
Okay, all right. What is your thoughts about this, man?
Man, the game is done. It's run and done. It's done, folks. Just accept it. Sony gonna keep. Think about it. If they have the player base, I don't think Sony will cut it off. They don't have a player base. You know what I'm saying? They promised all these things at launch. It was going to get a free version and all that. They didn't have to renege on that type of stuff, and they do give you something. But we're talking about Driveclub. What happened to Gran Turismo? Ain't that supposed to be the same hot race or so? Some things got to end. Or, they got to go into that graveyard. But it is what it is, man. I ain't got no hard feelings with it. I don't even care.
Yeah, well, I mean, that it is what it is. I mean, look, let me give a big shout out to Sir X Man. He says you can still go back and play Forza Motorsports 2 online. Go to Microsoft, Go, Xbox. Sony does not do online well, and they can't afford to do it like Xbox. Appreciate that. And you know what? Look, I mean, it's starting to become more evident when you look at certain games that comes out on PlayStation that's multiplayer wise, and how quickly that those servers will drop. Like just to look at the show, right? After maybe about after a year and a half, maybe 2 at the max. Whatever was that previous version of that game, they're cutting off them servers and then redoing it for the new game right there like that. And normally when you go back and you want to play certain games, online, you just say like NBA 2K16. I remember I had that game still, and I just wanted to see if it still would play online, and sure enough, you still can. But I mean, those services still there. But I should be thinking about I should say maybe an Xbox game. I don't know. I can't think of any right now.
Halo 2. Look how long it took them to take out Halo 2 off.
Well,
remember?
Well, that's a good point. But also, they
were fighting.
But you can still go back and play like that off of the Halo, off of the Master Chief Collection.
Master Chief, right. You could do it. Remember before? People didn't want to let it go.
Yeah.
And remember people that were just sitting on the server because they couldn't cut the people off, and they were sitting there like, we don't want it to go. We don't want it to go. We don't want it to go. And hey, Microsoft gave them a different way. Say, we got Halo 2 from the Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, no, that part is true. That part is true. But yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for any fan out there for Driveclub, but it is what it is. This happens. This isn't the first game that it's happened to, but it was such a staple flagship game for Sony when it first was launched, and then just to kind of abandon it out of the blue, it just shows that their ideas and their principles is completely different than what they were when they first came out. Like, I mean, GT is the grandfather of simulation racers to me. Like, I mean, it's the daddy of them all. I should say grandfather. It's the daddy of them all, because it's just that when you think of great sim racers, that game GT is at the forefront. Now Forza is completely it's done NBA 2K. Like, I mean, it didn't have to do a pull of Madden and just kind of like buy the rights and shut everything else down around it. It just fought its way to a point to where now it is the face of racers. And I understand that there's a lot of people that think that racing is niche. That's fine. But when you brag about sale numbers about like, hey, Horizon Zero Dawn sold 10 million, God of War sold 10 million, blah, 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 right? Forza Horizon 3 sold over 10 million. I mean, it's just, what I'm saying? They were just saying that Forza Horizon 4 was at 7 million already at what? It was at the beginning of the year. So I mean, it's crazy. So I mean, it shows that there's still a place for racers. I just wish that Need for Speed would get their shit together, because they really do. Sir X-Man said they need to shut down Gran Turismo on PlayStation 3. That's the better GTs in my opinion. Look, I played the beta or demo or whatever that was that for the GT, and I liked it, but it wasn't all that. Like, I thought Project Cars 2 was the second best racer out next to Forza, and there's some people that would argue that Project Cars 2 is the better sim racer than Forza 7. But I think everybody enjoys the Horizon series. I don't think even PlayStation fans can't talk bad about the Horizon series. But when it still comes to the motorsports, it's a different story. But it is what it is. What's up, AJ Felton? What's going on, bro? Anyway, man, let's get on to the next topic.
Hey, say King Mega.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Man, I like the Need for Speed. To me, it was fun.
Yeah, no. What, the latest one?
Yeah. The only thing they tried to make it felt like they tried to make it too much like Forza, instead of just going, stick to their roots and go Need for Speed. They tried to make it like on Forza Horizon. That was, so they kind of made it like that ish, with a little bit of you know how the people on Need for Speed when they be riding, and then you how they be drifting, and you can see when they going fast and how they still had that element to it. but when it had like the core races, it kind of gave a Forza feel, but it was still cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, Need for Speed had some fantastic games. Now, overall, Need for Speed is the best-selling racer out, but also Need for Speed has been out longer than anything else out there. So, Need for Speed here lately has not been. It's a shell of what it is of itself. It's not nowhere near what it used to be. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, true.
It's unfortunate because I did like Rivals, but I don't think everybody was ready for what. I think if Rivals came out now, I think Rivals would be a hit. But people was just now starting to get into that always online mode, and plus the fact that DRM and all that stuff at the beginning of the generation was hurting all types of games that came out. The one game that survived it, that really kind of changed people's perspective, was Destiny, because people didn't really care at that point because they all fell in love with Destiny, and that's an always online game. But then when like the Elder Scrolls game, that always online, it didn't really do too well in the beginning, but now I think it's done fairly decent. I mean, it's already have like three expansion packs. I think it's going to be working on its fourth. So yeah, I definitely would like to see Need for Speed to get back to what it used to be. I don't know why because I play this new one every once in a while, and then it just feels like something's off. It feels like I shouldn't take it seriously. I don't like the driving through the circles, and I kind of want to get back to the Hot Pursuit days, or the days.
Okay, yeah,
the Hot Pursuit, right? Or the back when they were on the 360 and the PlayStation 3 era. Those when they went away from the Hot Pursuit, they got into the customization, kind of like the Midnight Club style. I love that. I thought that was dope. Then it just they just went all different types of directions. And like I said, Rivals, if it came out around this time, I think Rivals would do fine, but it just was too ahead of its time because it still kind of had that Hot Pursuit feel, but it was always online, and you had people playing as cops, and you had this and you had that, and just not everybody had that internet connection, and people were just now trying to fill out these new consoles, and it just didn't have that same energy. So I hope that they could go back to that, because Hot Pursuit, I think that's what EA needs to do, is just scrap it. Just scrap this whole, whatever this thing they're trying to do now, and just bring back Hot Pursuit, take it back to the roots, add the online elements to it, and I bet you that game will sell like gangbusters. I bet you it would. I know I'd buy it in a heartbeat. So I definitely would. So anyway, let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk about GameStop. Unfortunately, there's more bad news coming down the line. And it's and I appreciated Chuck for giving me that information. We talked about it here the last couple of weeks, but GameStop is having more problems. They have hit their all-time low in their history. They've taken a loss two other times in their history. Back in 2000. They when they barely was, they were just jumping on the scene, and people were kind of just getting introduced to GameStop. They took a hit back then in 2000. Then they took another hit in 2012 for about $200-some million hit. But now this time they have taken a $670-some million hit. It's just looking real bad for them right now. The biggest contributor to the fact that they're getting hit so hard is because a lot of people are not buying those used games like they used to. A lot of people start getting wiser. So let me go to you, Chuck, because I know this was your topic that you wanted to talk about. What do you think? Could GameStop come back, or is it done? I mean, what is your whole thoughts about this whole situation?
I mean, me personally, I know this is the end of GameStop.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot adapt. I mean, it would be nice to see them adapt, because I did like going to game. Well,
your mic is low.
Oh, you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Yeah, being inside of GameStop, saying mixing and mingle with other gamers and stuff like that. That element I'm gonna miss. But at the same token, when you go to GameStop and you see a brand new copy of a game that's $59.99, and the used copy is $54.99, and you be seeing a person traded in for $20. And you know, I'm not gonna miss that part of it. And you know what I'm saying, about the digital life. So there's no way that they could do anything to actually come into this new generation, because everything they was doing was actually about the physical buy, sell, trade, buy the hardware, buy this controller, buy, you know what I'm saying, buy stuff out of the store. They, you know what I'm saying, they really didn't make no money off of nothing digital, and that's what's gonna be their downfall, because anything that just solely depend on physical attributes is going to die. I mean, even if you look into the malls and stuff like that, because it's physical, everything is in its future is going digital. The whole concept of the way people shop and consume things is changing. So places like GameStop, you know, Blockbuster was just showing y'all the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Stuff places like GameStop is going to be completely gone. I say within the next 5 years, because they're going to take an even bigger hit this year coming. I mean, it's not me just being vengeful toward GameStop, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it to me, it's like you can see it coming. It's like a train. Once it starts going across the track, you know which way it's going. And that's what GameStop is doing right now. It's the train that's on the track that's coming to its halt.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I definitely do. 100. What is your thoughts about this whole GameStop situation? I don't know if you knew that they get 43 cents per dollar for every used game. Everything else is everything else combined does not equate to how much money that they make off of the used games. What is your thoughts?
Are y'all surprised? It was already written in the sand. So I'm not surprised about it. You know, I see they're trying to change up some of their stores. I don't think they're going to completely go away. A lot of these stores going to go away. Like, I got 2 stores across the street from each other that don't make no damn sense. They're really across the street from each other. One on one side of the shopping center and the other one on the other side. Doesn't make any sense. I think some of these stores going away. I see that they, like in the Mall of America, they're changing up things. They're going more like to like video game, like the Pops, and going to like the game characters and stuff like that, and you know, offering you this and this and that, making it look more glamorous. They might need to do that. They might need to change leadership up. You know, if they want to have a, you know, still have some type of inch, but the world is going digital. I don't go to the mall for nothing. It's called Amazon. It's called something on the interweb that I can go to, that I can get to my house whenever I need to get it to. I don't do that. My video games, I go all digital. That's the way to go. Well, you don't own it and all this. Now, this is the only thing that will hurt is the people who are like the collectors. But you still got eBay. You still got all these other. You can get this stuff. But GameStop being anti-consumer and all that stuff, I'm kind of happy that you get kicked in the butt. Go do better. If you got another chance, because you only got 5 minutes of fame. So they down to the 4-minute mark, 4:30. Otherwise, they're going to go out of business. Somebody's going to end up buying parts of them and making them like, you know what I'm saying, video game trade stores. Or they might just go straight online only. You know, the mighty Toys R Us has fallen. And look how long that Toys R Us been around since we was kids. And they have fallen. So, you know, they did their practices. I have talked to a couple of people. They said they worked at GameStop, and GameStop is not really a good place to work at, and all this other stuff. But I don't know. Only time I gave my money is to buy shark cards for kids, and I don't have to do that no more because I can go on Amazon and get it ASAP. But maybe this is a kick in the ass. This is what they need. No, I don't want no one to lose their job or anything. But if you ain't got the right management, something, I don't know. Something got to happen. And like I say, sometimes stuff happen in mysterious ways, and this might need to happen. The big boys, I don't think they're worrying about it, because worst case scenario, if they close down, nobody don't even care. It's the people that work for them. That's what I worry about. You know, they already rich. They can go off and sell everything off or whatever. But like I say, can it be a turnaround? It's not going to be video games. It's not going to be you. Especially if these console makers start making where you can trade in your digital title for a certain amount of money and stuff like that. That's going to really mess up the game for them. So I feel bad for the collector. So the collector goes to these GameStop.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. You know, I mean, I do feel bad for the employees because I've heard, I mean, Xbot, he was, he used to work there. A couple of people I knew, that were YouTubers that used to work there. And they used to tell those nightmares. They used to just talk bad about how the situation was with them and what they had to do to try to get sales and the manipulation and all that. So it's one of those things where you just got to, you feel bad for the employees, but the company has been basically just raping the gaming community for 20 years. I mean, just even before that, because GameStop has been around since what, like 96, 97, somewhere around there. It's been the late 90s. But
EB Games and GameStop.
They ended up buying EB Games.
Yeah, they did it. But yeah, like I just thought that was crazy. Like selling their new games, selling hardware, both combined does not equate to what they made off of the gamer off of used games. That's crazy. Like, and what's really ill is that like they like the video that I watched is that they showed a they gave a point of saying like for that $10 that you got for that used game, right? They would sell it for $40, $50. So of course they would take a $30 to $40 profit. And it's according how popular that the game was, because they would still sell that game like $55 and you're still thinking that you're getting still getting some kind of so you're still like you're getting some kind of what you call it 100. That them planes is killing, bro.
Hey, especially if it's a one and done, man. Just think about like a game like Uncharted, man. Think about it. You could play a game like Uncharted, beat it in a week, go take it to GameStop, trade it in. They could turn around and say that same game, while fresh it out and sell it for $55. The next person could take that same exact game, beat that game, take it back to GameStop, get another $20 for it, and they can sell that same exact game 2 and 3 and maybe 4 and 5 times for $55. Right. That's just off of one game.
Right. And then basically when you just think about this, when you bought that GameStop card and you thought that you was really coming out like because you would get that $55 game and they would probably give you like $5 to $7 off. But just think about what you had to pay to get that. Like you paid what, like 20, 30 between 20 and $40 for that card for the year. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So they still saying, and then they can
that shit only work with used games too.
Right. Yeah. It only used working because that's where they made most of their bread. Like I used to be in GameStop like no other. Like, I mean, I can remember so many games that I would have. And then like, even for games that I missed out on, like I didn't get the chance to really jump in on some really cool games because I was like, oh man, this new NBA 2K or this NBA Live or this new Madden or or whatever was coming out, and I just didn't have the funds to go ahead and just get it at there. I had to pay bills, so I'm like, all right, let me pack up these 6 games that I got. Maybe 2 of them is basically like maybe a month old, not even that old, and then you come back and you get about $70, and I'm thinking, I'm like, I'm winning because I can get me this new game plus I can get me a used game, and you know what I'm saying, and then that can go on to my rewards card, and then there you go, I can still get points for that, and if I accumulate enough points, then I can go ahead and I can get me another game. Yeah, and I thought that I was winning, and you just go back to think about that, like you wasn't. He wasn't. Bloody Knuckles, I see you in here. Are you do you want to elaborate on this, bro? All right, I guess not. This, you know what? To see Knuckles in here and quiet.
Oh fuck.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Hang on.
Oh, did you hurt yourself? Did you fall on your face? Did you hurt your pinky? Are you okay? He don't hear me. Anyway, all right.
Got to do CPR, man. Got to
Yeah,
do
man.
CPR.
Oh man, I think he fell down. He sounded like he fell. You good? Oh, he might be. Ladies and gentlemen, first podcast first. I think Bloody Knuckles has passed away. We will. I will speak at his eulogy. Anyway, let's go on to. But the show must go on. Anyway, operations.
Even with a man down.
Even with a man down. Oh man, got to look for somebody next week. Anyway, operations.
Sounds just like a corporation.
I know, like a corporation. It's just horrible. Operations, what's up, man? What do you think about this whole situation with GameStop, man? Are you kind of glad, or is it kind of pulling the heartstrings a little bit?
A little bit in between. This really is neither for me. Just indifferent about it. Like, it's sad, but like a part of this industry that's like is one of the things you expect to happen as we move towards the digital era. Pretty much, like at this point, I don't want to say they're slowly bleeding out, but they're bleeding out at this point. And so, like, this is just. We're probably going to see more of this going forward because people are going to move more towards digital as well. So like, and people are using other retailers as well. So like, it's not going to stop happening unless they find a way to just downsize enough where you can just just stay functional, where you can still keep the doors open. But like, if not, like for the next couple of years or maybe more than that, they're going to cease to exist. But yeah, it's just one of the things that just happens in the industry.
That's it.
That's pretty much it. Like, there's nothing, like, I really can't expound on it. Like, I don't think it's gonna stop happening. They're gonna keep bleeding out like this.
Was you
unless they find some way to turn around?
Okay, so let me ask you this question: were you really big? Did you shop a lot at GameStop?
Nah, not really.
Okay,
a handful of times.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
He's too young to have the memories that we have.
Right? Like I'm like, that's it.
I'm gonna go get some myself and buying games for myself. Was it as frequent as y'all? No, it was not as frequent, but still, I was up in there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, because when Kid Mega was saying that, I was like, damn, I remember those days. I remember days I was, I had a friend that stayed down the street from me. He had an uncle that was older, so he bought all the games. And I remember it was times, as a matter of fact, it was on the PlayStation, the first PlayStation. And he used to buy all the PlayStation games, and we used to go over there. And he was the first person that got me into like Final Fantasy because he used to illustrate or do all types of crazy stuff. And I remember one day he got like about 7-8 games, and he took those games and we was riding to go get I think it was Grand Theft Auto at the time. And we was going in the car. We all happy jumping around in the car. Happy we finna go get the new Grand Theft Auto. He going to get it, but I'm gonna be able to play it. And then we get the GameStop. He had a stack of games, a stack. We get up and down, and the only thing I remember, he was still happy he had Grand Theft Auto, but he was in there like, man, fuck, man, that's all I got for all these games. Like, I think it was like right at enough to get Grand Theft Auto. We still had to put like $20 down, and he had a stack of PlayStation games. So that's how you know that PlayStation used to be GameStop used to be killing you with them games back then.
Right, like my man Philosopher Doom said, GameStop looked out during my younger broke days, being able to pay installments. They held your boy down. I remember that. Like I mean, that's how I remember. Like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I had two young kids I had to take care of, man, bills to pay, you know what I'm saying, doing it solo, right? So I'm like, I just didn't have the money like that to just go around and just be buying the games like I buy games now. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. So it was like, man, you had to rob Peter to pay Paul.
Like the midnight launches, though, K-Maker.
Oh man, that's the one thing. If anything with GameStop that I'll miss is the midnight launches. I remember that the last one that I went to was the Grand Theft Auto 5, and I remember it was crazy because it was so many people that was standing outside. Like it was people from from outside all the way to the end. Like it was insane. It was probably the second biggest showing. The top three for me for long lines at midnight launches was Modern Warfare 2, Halo Wars 2 and 3, and Grand Theft Auto 5. Like I just, that was amazing to see that many people because like when I would go pick up Madden, I remember Madden used to have.
I don't disrespect you, but I'm gonna say you said Halo Wars 2 and 3, and you know Halo Wars 3.
Did I say Halo Wars? I mean, I meant Halo.
Yeah,
Halo Wars 2. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. I meant Halo 2 and Halo 3. That's what I meant. Like, that was insane. Halo 2 was the biggest one that I ever seen. Like, I went to a mall. I remember I took my son, and he was a little kid. He was little then. And I remember taking him, and I said, he was like, am I going to go to school tomorrow? I was, Daddy? I said, no. I said, this, you're going to experience this. And so he was excited because he didn't want to go. He wanted to experience it. So we stayed out, and we didn't get our game until almost 3:00 that morning. It was that many people. We went inside of a mall. It was if you live out in Oklahoma, you would know of Heritage Mall. That shows you how long ago that was. It was Heritage Mall out in Midwest City, right? And we stood out in that line, and that line went all the way inside of the mall and came outside all the way out there to the end to where the Sears was. And people like, well, I've never seen it. But it would, if you knew that, if you were familiar with that area, it was insane how many people was there. And just the community of just how people were. And then, like I said, the next biggest was Modern Warfare 2. That was crazy. Like it wrapped around the GameStop twice. That's how many people was there waiting for wanting to get it. And I didn't get that game until maybe about 1:30 in the morning. So it 1:30, but GameStop had a good method of getting it. They had that's when they first started that 2-line method where you walked in and you already had your ticket. They already had the other line for people that came in late, whatever. And then they boom, 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 just gave you the game for whatever console that you bought it on. It was dope, but.
Hey, but K-Mega, is it just me, or every time I go to one of these events, it's always that one motherfucker? It's always this one that forget to do one important thing in life. Take a bath.
Oh, there was plenty of those. There was plenty of them stanky bastards running around. That's what I'm saying.
I'm not tripping, or I'm the only person that's part of the experience?
Nope. That was the whole thing about, like, back in the 90s, like it was kind of difficult to say that you was a gamer, especially when you was a jock. If you was out there and you can't really talk about nerdy things. I was all about the Dragon Ball Z's and all that shit and animes and all that stuff. And I would tell a couple of homies, but I couldn't tell everybody about that stuff, right? Like I would have to keep it cool, because if I started saying, they'd be looking at you weird and shit. But if you say you was a gamer, like deep down, just all out gamer, the perception of what a gamer was back then, you just this nasty, greasy, you don't bathe, you don't talk to chicks, you got all these pimp, you just nasty, like, yeah, man, like that was the whole thing. Like, so I'm glad that things have changed to where it's now. And then when you see women out there, and I remember, matter of fact, in that Modern Warfare 2, it was the first time that I ever seen people that were older, like they were in their 50s and 60s out there. And I remember talking to them, and I remember asking them, like, man, are y'all here to pick up something for your grandkids or for your kids? It's like, no, we ready to pick this up ourselves. We love regular Modern Warfare. We're gamers. And I was like, what? And then there was chicks there. It was really wild. Like that really tripped me out, man. That tripped me out. Anybody else got these crazy experiences about GameStop? Because GameStop did kind of resonate. It pulls my heartstrings a little bit. Anybody else?
Yeah.
I did Halo 2. That's my last one.
That was your last one?
I was pissed. Because, I was pissed about it, because I'm like, well, I got to wait in line. I already paid for mine. Well, you got to wait, sir. And then you got people in line. Now, like y'all talking about the stanky people, you y'all been in line with the haters. You know that game don't suck. Why are you even here? Oh, they were getting away free pizza.
How you get in line with haters to go purchase stuff?
They ain't purchase. They want to get the free pizza and the food.
Oh, y'all get food?
Oh yeah, they did. Yeah, they had pizza.
They was throwing pizza. They threw it like they started. The game came out at 12 and out here. They could redo it, and then from I think they closed the store at 8, and then they opened it up back at 9, and they threw a party from 9 to 12. So they ordered pizza and sodas and all that, and then they'll allow you to play the game early. But you know it's gonna be a long line. I'm like, I'm not gonna go through that.
Then.
Yeah. I said, I'm not gonna go through that. I just want to be there around 11:30, get in line, get my game, and come in. So I remember my old lady was like, "What you doing late at night?" Like, I'm gonna go get this game. That game is that serious? I said, "Yes, it is."
Yes, it is.
I'm like, I got to go. I'm like, yes. And she was like, "Are you serious?" I said, "Yes, I'm serious." And then, you know, with her is, she want to sit on the phone with me, make sure brother's safe and stuff. And she's like, "You've been there all." She's like, "You didn't argue with like 3 people." This dude was like, "Master Chief is whack." And I'm like, okay. And that's before I even started YouTube. So I'm talking shit before. I'm like, how you gonna play a game if you don't know nothing about? But it was crazy. You'll get that different people to sit there and like, man, that game is whack. But I'm like, this game is whack. If it wasn't for this game, you wouldn't eat on this free pizza. Let's give it a buck. But like I said, that's the only thing I missed. But the late night launches after Microsoft started letting me get the game at 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I didn't need GameStop no more.
Yeah, and that's what it was. Sir X-Man in the chat, he says Halo 3 at GameStop, crazy at midnight. Yes. Halo 3 was crazy, but it wasn't as crazy as Halo 2 for me out here. Halo 2 was on another level. Like I said, there's nothing that I've seen. Even when Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, that's up there in the top 3 of the most people that I've ever seen. But Halo 2 was by far had more people than I've ever seen waiting for a game. Like that was just crazy. I mean, yeah, there's just so many memories. Like when you brought up about the food and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember when I would be leaving and I would be asked like, "Don't you got to go to work in the morning?" Like, yeah, but man, I just want to get this game put in and I just want to play this game and you know what I'm saying, and just get about 30 minutes to an hour and then go to bed. But I would get out there, I would leave about like 10 o'clock, and I knew, and I you know, I was familiar at the GameStop that I always went to, and so I go in there, and then they would like have the Madden tournaments or the 2K tournaments and stuff, and so you could win prizes, and then of course they had like the pizza party there and the drinks, and then there was one time that they had a like a Taco Bell party or whatever, but it was just cool, like, and you would just meet with different people, and then like when you competing and you got these little tournaments going on, it got so big, like with Madden, like they started having like Madden representatives or whatever would come out, and they would seem like they would be representatives. I don't know if they were or not, but they would put the kiosks outside. And then they would have like radio DJs out there playing music, and it was dope. Like and because like Madden would just have like, it would just be people out there, and we just all be playing, and it would get like people from that didn't even play games. They would come over because it'd be right across from a Walmart, and the people from come over to Walmart and see what the hell while these people are sitting outside, and then they would look. And then it would just cause all this commotion. So like I said, GameStop did have a lot of cool things that I'll miss, but it's like 100 said, man. Man, you get that game, and then about 11 o'clock Central Time, that game's ready to go. I don't have to get in the car, I don't have to drive, and then I don't have to put that disc in the drive and have it downloaded. That part is what killed it for me. That's why I started going all digital, because it's already downloaded, it's already ready to go, and I just have to hit play. So I don't know, but I'm sorry, GameStop, man. It's bad, but you've been hustling us for 20 plus years. It's time to move around. Anyway, let's get on to the next topic, unless anybody else want to touch on that. All right, cool.
Yeah, I think we covered that pretty much.
Yeah. I started just reminiscing. Started getting my Mary J. Blige, reminisce on the love we had. Yeah, while y'all was gouging me on my money. Anyway, let's get on to it. Man, let's talk about this Epic Store, Borderlands, just all this craziness that's going on right now within the gaming community, and why the hell people tripping over what Borderland, you know what I'm saying, over what the Epic Store. Like, basically, if you lived under a rock, then I have to tell you. But basically what's been going on is The Epic Store, Gearbox has got a deal with the Epic Store on PC, and basically, once the Steam fans heard of this, they went crazy and they review bombed all of the Borderland games to the point to where they're in the negative. They were very highly positive rated games, but now they're all in the negative. I'm gonna go straight to you, Operations. What is your thoughts about this? What's going on? Is the gaming community has lost themselves? How can this be resolved? What's going on?
Well, did the game community lose themselves? Nah, just PC elitists who are like.
Well, no, okay, hold on now. No, I got to stop you.
Oh, really? Okay.
I got to stop you on that because we just have to go back and look at Anthem, Crackdown, Jump Force. Those games been bombed,
right?
And there's other games that we know that's on other platforms of people's of not other people's choices, and they've gave them zeros. Gears, it got zeros. Halo's got zeros. Other games has gotten zeros from people, but so it's not just the PC community, but on this one, it is the PC community. But go ahead. I just want to.
Oh yeah, as a whole, yeah, I got you. Like,
yeah.
As for like, there's been like mass attack from the media and like these fake ass bandwagon gamers about games to service.
Yeah.
So any game that falls in that genre, people just attack outright because for some reason it threatens.
My mentality.
Yeah, that if there is their single player exclusives or their single player experiences, like that's going to do anything to them. I mean, like if people support the games, you have nothing to worry about at that point. But that's besides the point. But as far as like Borderlands 3, like of course PC community they're going crazy reviewing on these older games, which really does nothing to their cause. This retarded campaign they're running. I don't understand how does review bombing older games supposed to make them rethink their choices as far as like Epic and Take-Two. As far as Borderlands 3, it's not going to change things. It's not going to change their minds. You're just looking stupid out here. But back to the point. For like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't like how Epic's approach to being competitive with Steam because I want more competition, but how they're it's pretty slimy because they're looking trying to monopolize. I guess this the PC gaming front because they have the capital to throw money at these devs, and for so far they've been throwing enough at it, and they perhaps have money to spare to keep doing it from what we can tell. Because like we have not seen them slow down. Metro, Borderlands. I think did it do a Division 2 or did you chose to do that? I can't remember.
What, the Division? Yeah, I think they do got to deal with Division 2.
So they have money to burn at this point.
They've got a lot of deals going on. They're like you could play certain games for free if you signed up for them. Some cool games too. But anyway, Epic Store has really been going after Steam heavy.
Right.
Since they
are they on par with Steam as far as features? From what I've seen, no, they have a long way to go. But like, as far as developers, they're offering a better deal, and plus on top of that, they're throwing lumps of money at them as well. So I guess in the short to medium term, it's looking good for developers. And like so far, people have been supporting games on it, like Metro Exodus. It's sold like 2.5 times more than its previous games than it did on Steam. So people are still supporting this game. So against the whole thing of vote with your wallet, that crusade just died off on its own. You can see like there's enough people who don't care that it's going exclusive to Epic Store. People are going to still support it over there. So as far as solution to this, I don't know if there is one. Like this is like because people try to vote on their wallets, that didn't work. People try to review bombing, that's not working. They tried before, it still hasn't worked as well. So it seems like it's just like it's up to the developers, not more the publishers, to just refuse against the quote unquote bribes or against to get the incentives from the Epic Store at this point. So as far as gamers, I don't know there's much of a solution because I guess like the mob mentality, the people who are like I guess coercing the crowd, they threw their narratives out there. They tried their solutions, it didn't work so far. So I don't know what else we can do at this point.
Hey, you know what it is? Hey, it's the PC community. Yeah. You got to let them know they've been trying to force their way into this console business. The PC community had their own thing going, but they've been trying to force their way over into this console stuff. And now they starting to feel it because if y'all remember on 360, we was cutting deals like that on the 360, exclusively on the Xbox or get it on the Xbox for so many months. Now the PlayStation was doing it. So that was a console thing that they was doing so you can purchase their console. And now, they don't have to worry about the the REM for the development for the actual making console. They taking that same money and they just shooting it out there into different developers to say, hey, come to this platform and let's make it exclusive. Let's do what the console's been doing and see how they was both successful. The Xbox with the 360 and the PlayStation with the PlayStation 4. They was successful for doing it. So that's what they're gonna go ahead in, and then they're gonna bring out the developers. Like, hey, look, come to us. We giving y'all a better price. So they really finna put a stomping on them right now.
The funny thing about it is like the PC
in trouble
or toxic side, they became what they hated for so many years. Like they put fun at console gamers for having battles of exclusives games and whatnot. Look at right, they're fighting over exclusive launchers at this point.
Right, welcome to that
extra money. It's just a different website to go to.
The tears.
What's up, Livewire?
Much. I finally was able to get in. I was like, yo, Mega, you know, lock the thing. I'm like, how the hell he do this? And then I realized, then you sent me the second one. And I was like, damn, what shit? Oh, I gotta do an update. It's some bullshit.
I kind of figured that's what it was.
I was like, yo, I just did an update. Why do I gotta do another one? I literally did it like a month ago.
Yeah, Xbot. That's why we didn't have a show last week, because he didn't do up. Yeah, ever since I started having those problems, you know, when I first started doing, everybody was making fun of me. Yeah, like all the time, like during the show, because I wouldn't update it. I always update now, so every time
I'll try to remember it. I mean, I thought I had on auto, but you know what? I keep my computer on a lot of times because I just be getting up and like somebody. I got all these doctors be like, "Oh, I need you to go fix this thing," and like these people have no respect for your time. They be hitting you up with like all kinds of hours. It's just it's crazy, bro.
Yeah, no, I get it.
They think you work for them, but I don't really work for you. Like we have a contract. It's like I'm not your, employee where you could just be like, but whatever.
Yeah, but anyway, go ahead. I'll get to you, Livewire, but go ahead, Chuck, because you didn't sound like you was finished.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much about it about the PlayStation. I mean about Steam.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That Steam, Epic thing y'all talking about.
Yeah. What is your thoughts about this?
It's funny. Now I've listened.
No, it is funny. No, that part it is funny as hell. But
it's funny. But I've listened to a couple of the guys, and you have two different groups of PC guys. You got the guys that just want everything on Steam, but then you got the other guys that I hear are complaining about the functionality of the Epic Store. Like certain things don't work the way they're supposed to. Download speeds are a little sluggish sometimes, stuff like that. So I can understand those gripes, but I think they're just you're talking about two different gripes. You just talk. I mean, it would be no different than when people are complaining about the Windows Store. It's just that because they made a multi-plat exclusive for a time period, it's like this is the only way we can get it. But y'all are doing a shitty job of like allowing like people to download them, and you got a ways to go with their store. Like from what I heard, their store is worse than the Windows Store. I was like, damn, that's possible. I was like, shit, that's crazy. But
yeah,
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I ain't got those problems because I play on the box. But I feel for you. I feel for those that do.
But that's the thing. Console gamers have been used to this.
Mm-hmm.
And so the PC community would be so quick to jump on console guys and girls and try to chastise them about, why are you doing this? You're peasants. This is that. Why are y'all trying to worry about whose ever plastic is more important than this, and explore in exclusive deals and all of this and all of that? All of a sudden, they are doing the same thing. Like it's really funny, but it's sad at the same time, because I understand that people get familiar with something and that they don't want to change, but they keep forgetting about how competition is good for them, and the reason of why it's good for Epic to push Steam, for Steam to not be a monopoly like it has been on the PC space, to where Steam can get their act together. Look, there's all different types of things that the Epic Store can do to get things better. But what they've done is made a statement of saying, look, we are not going to bow down to the way that you have dictated how gaming is supposed to be or how you play games on the PC, and we're going to do it a different way. And it seems to be working because it is hitting Steam's pockets, and these publishers are tired of paying the money that they have been to them. So as I look at it, this is good. This is no different than what any console person would tell me. I'm talking about this generation about PlayStation 4 versus Xbox or Nintendo and how they've made their comeback compared to what's going on with Xbox and PlayStation, vice versa. You see what I'm saying? So it really is funny to see how so many PC fans got into their feelings and act like big ass babies instead of going ahead and doing what console gamers do, is just go ahead and support the other side. But bombing a game does nothing for them. It does nothing for them but hurt them. You're hurting people that has busted their ass to make those games that you highly rated beforehand. And that's not fair to anybody at Gearbox or any of those developers. It's not their fault because those people want to save money, and because if that money that they're spending, like somebody did a graph by saying what Steam would get. Like, say for instance, a game made $90 million, right? I mean, $900 million off of Steam, right? Steam's 30%, they would get $280 million of that. That hit me hard, like, damn, like, I mean, I can see that. Like, and so Epic Store is like, look, we'll just only charge you 15%. We just want some exclusive rights so we can get people to come over and sign up with us. That makes perfect sense. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's what it is. So what Steam needs to do is just go ahead and lower that shit to 20%. And since Steam is still the more dominant app on PC, then hey, you know what I'm saying? You drop down to 20%, there'll be more people, there'll be more publishers that will be willing to do that. But if you still being headstrong and doing the 30%, like, I mean, shit, the competition is going to do this, and then you're going to have somebody else that might want to throw their hat in the ring. Then Steam is in trouble, because then what you have in that position is that Steam is going to have to adjust to whatever this new company is going to do. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Anybody else want to elaborate on this?
Like right now, Steam they're a dominant launcher on the PC gaming front, but it seems like Epic is trying to position itself to be the top dogs like Steam. But like their approach to it, like I don't agree with, because they're trying to undercut the competition right now. There's a difference between competing and trying to undercut. Competing is how they're doing the cut they give to the devs. I forget the exact amount it is, but it's a much better deal with what Steam's getting right now. But on top of that, they're trying to undercut them as well, because like that's like the only incentive they're giving to the devs. On top of that, they're actually throwing money at them, and they have, like I said before, they have the capital to do that. So like that's the only thing they're working on.
I mean, just be an opening up sale. You know, they knew, so they bring in, you know, hey, come check us out. Like, you know, when stores open up, they give you 2-for-1s and, you know, show you special deals and special offers. Hey, come check this out. So they doing a lot of extra stuff. You know, they trying to get into the dough.
No, I understand, but I feel like they're like this very zealous approach they have. It can be very detrimental in the future if it does continue the momentum that it has right now. But that's what pretty much the only fear I have with it.
I don't have any fear in it because go ahead, 100. Go ahead.
Check this out. They're not the only thing about it. Epic, there's other markets out there people just don't know about. People buy games from. Thing about it, they're sitting there like, hey, you know what? I'm going to talk about. Now, I don't know if people like sports or whatever like that. You got the NFL. Now you got the XFL. So you can say if McMahon going after players that the NFL wants, and he got the money to do it. And you know what? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you a better cut, and you don't have to go 3 years in college. You can come straight out of college and mess with me. That's what Epic is doing. It's a business. That's all day. Thing about it is, the PC is a open environment. You can go get games from anything. And think about it is, I don't know why a lot of them crying, because a lot of them pirate the motherfuckers. So I don't know what's the whole The whole it's the fuck on Steam. Steam is not the only place where you can buy games. It's not the only place that you can go get games. It's an open environment. You can go get games here. Origin say you can get EA games where? On Origin, am I right?
Right.
I don't hear nobody bitching and complaining about that.
Well, Origin isn't doing what the Epic Store is doing. Epic Store is directly going
Epic
after.
Said, I'm going to change they said I'm going to change the game. You know what? I'm going to give you a better cut of your money. I'm going to make sure you get your money. I'm going to come over here, make it exclusive. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I have the name is Epic. You know what I'm saying? We made Gears of War. We did that. We have, you know what I'm saying? Look what we can do for you. And the developers sitting there like, shoot, that's more money. And it's not like it's a lifetime thing. Some of them is 6 months, some of them are 2 a year. So you're mad because you got a PC is an open market. It's not like it's a platform. It's not like it's Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo. The stuff is open. So you to download the Epic app on your, and I got the Epic app on my laptop, but that was because, you know, Gears of War and all that type of stuff. You know, you can sign in and do stuff like other stuff and get skins and stuff like that. What's the difference? You putting the app on and you buying the game from Epic instead of buying it from Steam. You so low to Steam?
Yeah.
So now if you're having a console war within the PC realm,
that's what it sounds like. War? That's what it is. That's exactly. It's an app war.
But you're dealing with an open environment. It's an open environment, so you don't have the right to say, "What's us is different as console game. We console gamers. We sit there, yeah, this and that, but we learn to, like you said, we learn to accept it. You know, people, Borderlands got this and this and that. So what? Let me have it. Shit, I don't care. I got 20 million games to play. I'll play that DLC later.
Yeah, see what it is with console gamers. See, we gotta pay to get into this club. No matter how you look at it, because you gotta buy your Xbox. With them, it's just like downloading the app. So they don't have the same commitment they shouldn't have that. They should just say, okay, if it's over here, I'm just gonna go purchase it over here. If it's over there, I'm gonna go purchase it over there. I mean, if you're gonna get the game on the PC, you're gonna get the game on the PC regardless of where you get it from on the PC. That's how
Chuck, I look at it like this, Chuck. You made perfect. Chuck, I look at it like this. You know what? Say we wanted some pair of shoes, right? Nikes, Adidas, whatever, right? Say Foot Locker don't have them, right? Maybe Foot actually might have them.
Okay.
Maybe the Nike store might have them. This and that. That's why I look at PC. Games gonna come different. You got different options. So once you accept the option, say, hey, I'm just gonna get it at the Steam store. If you really want to play, if you don't want to purchase the game, you wait. Click comes out on Steam. But Steam, I like it. I like what Epic is doing. Epic is sitting there like, come on, you want to play? I want to get in the ring. You done hold this belt for so long. Let's go.
Right, and that's the one thing that really cracks me up, because when the PC community jumped out of nowhere and did this whole thing where they were downing on the Xbox and praising Sony for their actions of what they done, it's no different. For what Epic Store is doing to Steam is what PlayStation did to Xbox this generation. They took their strategy. PlayStation took Xbox's strategy from the 360, turned it upside down, put their flair to it, and it worked like magic. And then for when Xbox was stumbling out the gate because they made certain bad decisions in whatever that it was, it affected Microsoft. This is no different. Steam is coming here being a monopoly in a sort. Like you had GOG, you had all these other little tiny little entities there that nobody really cared about. Like there would be some people that would get in there and they'd be like, oh yeah, I can get this game for free, blah blah blah, or for a small discount, don't have to be signed up to here, whatever, right? But Steam has just been the more dominant entity on PC. So now when you have true competition and they're kind of taking for what Steam has done and then add their flair to it and also undercut, that's what businesses do. It's just like what Chuck said. It's just like what Hunter said. That's what businesses do, and that's what gives for a healthy environment. This is, look, like I've said, like we've been saying, I've said this a million times, gaming is the biggest money maker out there right now. And everybody wants a piece of that pie. And I don't think Epic is going to be the only one that's going to do this. And we have Origins, but Origins has kind of stayed in its own lane. It's kind of stay quiet. They don't try to go after anybody or try to do this and try to do that. Hell, EA has got its own issues going on with amongst itself. But Epic is like, look, I want to go against the big dog, and I want to see how I can affect it. And that to me, I think that's smart as hell, because if you think about it from a business standpoint, as a person that's out there that's being the developer, or get in their shoes for a second, right? You go ahead and you sign up to Steam, you get a hit game, and that game makes $90 million. Cool. But then Steam is like, hi, bruh, we happy that you made that 90 million. Go ahead and drop us that 30 million out of that 90. What? Like, bruh, we did put the hard leg work in here, but you had it on our shit. You know what I'm saying? Give us that 30. And then when somebody else comes around and they say, hey, man, Will, I like that game. That game did well on Steam, bruh. But hold on. You know what I'm saying? Instead of you had to pay that 30 million, how about, man, you go ahead and you only just give us about 15 million out of that 90 million. You know what I'm saying? What do you think that we all going to do on this panel, or anybody that's listening? What do you think that we're going to do? We're going to jump ship. That's what these publishers are doing. They're like, look, they're not only making a stand towards Steam and saying, look, you cannot monopolize us any longer. They're also saying, look, there's competition here and it's healthy. That's the whole same thing that as us as console gamers have been used to ever since we started playing consoles. So I think PC fans need to get over themselves. The people out there, which is really sad. I made this video and I said this and I'm gonna say it again. It's embarrassing that the fact that we have grown ass men and women out there that actually participated into wanting to review bomb a game that you actually really like. That to me is tacky as hell. That is something that to me is it shows how foul flagrant you are as an individual, as a human being. I'm just being real about it. Like, I mean, that it shouldn't be that serious over a fucking app. And I see 108 is here. What's up, man? What is your thoughts about this whole Steam situation, bro?
Well, I've been talking about this, man, and that 30% that they charging opened the door for everybody to be able to offer services for a less price. That's just what it is. I've been talking about this. I hate bringing up situations and people catch on late, but I've been saying this. People say, why did Epic open a store? First of all, Epic has been their own publishing company forever. They don't need EA to publish their games. They don't need Activision. They don't need Microsoft. They publish their own games. So when they see an opportunity and they see developers saying, why should we give you $30 million, as you said, to put a game out digitally? This is what's the point. Not hard disk, not a medium. We talking about digital sales.
Right.
And in Xbox podcast, I said it cuts out the middleman, and they have to make less hard copies in digital. And it kind of didn't get translated properly, what I really wanted to say, because I'm not verbally there. You have to type it in. But the point is, they don't have to make a lot of things. They don't got to make manuals. They ain't got to do cover art. They ain't got to do the plastic, the whole cover art. They ain't got to make the disc.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So when Epic said, listen, we're going to charge y'all 10%. Just put it on our store. That's why a lot of companies jumped, because why would they put all the work in? And remember, PC is different than console. This is why when people say, oh, games are going to PC, that's a different demographic of gamer. It's a different ecosystem. So when you hear these situations, Epic will thrive because they went to 10% over 30. That's what's the problem with Google Stadia. They're charging the same 30% as Steam. That's why if you looked, when they made the announcements, what You didn't see Activision down. You didn't see EA down. You didn't see BioWare down. They're not going to do that. You might as well go to Steam. There's no difference. You have to be the middleman that's going to cut the market and make it happen. That's what it's about. Facts.
No doubt. Anybody else want to touch on this? I just find it amazing, personally. Let me ask you guys this. I mean, I'm just not over it. It just makes me sick to my stomach to see that there's people out there that are willing to hurt other individuals because they want to make money. Because why is it okay for gamers to get in their feelings over something that hurts a person's livelihood? Like, can anybody elaborate to me? Like, what's going on? I can't fathom that.
But it's a different ball game. PC, Steam looked at Xbox Live and they created Xbox Live for Steam. Xbox Live for PC. Mm-hmm. They had, before Steam, there was no unified bodies. It was like, go to the store, buy a disc, find a patch. It was like a OK Corral for gaming. Steam kind of generalized it. Brought something to one medium. You know what I'm saying? Right. It wasn't a vigilante situation. It was the first organized for many games, one situation, and Steam is excellent. I will never discredit Steam, but they got greedy. But they opened the door for GOG. They opened the door for Epic and other platforms. That's what they did. But you know what? Competition brings better prices for the gamer, because if Epic Store pops, which they got 75 million people signed up already.
I think I'm about to sign up tonight.
No, I've been signed up. But the point is, they have 75 million gamers signed up to Epic. Now, Steam can't be the monopoly of the business. They can't be Godzilla. They're going to have to be like, whoa, wait a minute. They coming into our business. We might have to come down. Competition is better for everybody, and it's better for your pocket. So it's good that Epic did that. Now you bring because when you're the only dog on the block, you could be King Willie. That's who you are. But now you got competition. You can't be King Willie because you want to keep that money coming. And now you get, oh, wait a minute. Maybe that 30% is not good. Maybe we should go 10 with them. It's good. But like I said, the PC platform is not a console competition. They're more like the mercenaries. It's like survival of the fittest. Graphic cards, CPUs, memory cards, and everything else. Motherboards. We know how it is. K-Mega, me and you do PC gaming.
Yeah.
And we know everybody got an offering of a great motherboard, a great CPU, a great GPU. You understand? Everybody is in the pot. But when you generalize it, you bring it down, and now it's like, okay, Steam was king for a minute. Epic can financially challenge them. Good. That's what you want. Because you don't want one king on the block. We got Madden, king on the block. We got to deal with whatever Madden do for football, whether we like it or not. No competition.
Hold on, my bad. I was stuck on the same list of just looking at people's looking at this little tally through Restream, and I just really paid attention to it, but I just started scrolling down. I'm like, oh my goodness, there's all this, because I was like, man, there ain't nobody talking. Anyway, there's been plenty of people talking. Sir X-Man, he came in here, said some more stuff. He said Game Crazy was connected to Hollywood Video. My bad. I know that was like about an hour ago when you said that.
That's a fact, though. That's facts.
Yeah, that was. And then I seen the Don that's in here. I don't know if he's still in here or not. Whatever. Well,
better
cool.
be.
He could be. Who knows? Anyway, of course, we'll see Taser Delight. You know what I'm saying? Bringing his PlayStation filth in here. No, I'm just playing. No, just bringing. Anyway, no. What's up, guys? And then also, oh man, Sir X-Man came in here and said again. He said, I just thought about something. Is it digital putting game disc companies out of business? Also, K Mega, And so, well, I don't know. I'm not going to be out of business. I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. Now, YouTube might have a different thing. That's going to be my fail of the week. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to talk about that. But anyway, to elaborate on that, I will tell you, and then I'll let you finish up, Lemon. Is that look? This Xbox has been trying to do this from the very beginning of this generation. They're trying to make the Xbox the subsidiary of a PC. You know what I'm saying? It's not, it's not going to be as powerful because you can't add things to it, but it can be on that same tier. That's comparable to the PC, especially now when you have the X and then you have the Anaconda coming out. But that's what their whole thought of it was that they wanted to make the Xbox more integrated with PC, more like the PC, because they want to integrate all of these things. That vision is not changed. That's what they're going to do. That's what they try to do. They're just vision of trying to appeal to console gamers over it didn't work in 2013. But as we see, their strategy was right and it wasn't flawed, because just like what we talked about earlier, was GameStop are making the worst money that they've ever. Well, their stocks has dropped. Everything within that with GameStop is down because of digital sales. Digital sales is the future. There's always going to be somebody that's going to want hard copies of something. But every gamer out there around the world is now seeing the benefits of what it's like to have digital, and that's just where it's going. So anyway, all right, go ahead, Lemon.
Only thing I'm gonna tell everybody, man, with the whole streaming situation, and I hate to bust people bubbles, streaming will not replace hard disk and digital downloads in terms of quality. I was gonna say,
please change that.
No.
Here you coming here being messy. I was I thought it'd be live, but it's you.
Messy. I'm focused. But what I'm saying is, streaming cannot replace hard disk or digital downloads. There's nothing like the medium on your hard drive, or you have a disc, in terms of quality, in terms of sound, in terms of HDR, in terms of 4K, 8K, whatever it is. You always need that hard disk or digital download format. Streaming cannot replace that. That's just what it is.
Now
it will not change. It will not change.
He said for now. I gotta agree with Chuck.
No, but you know what, Chuck?
For now.
No, and I'm gonna say for now too, but I'm gonna say this for the record. We know what the internet provides. We know what different routers provides. We know what different providers provide in terms of quality. You could have the best. You could have DirecTV. They doing straight 1080p. But if you got a movie on a disc in 1080p at 100 megabits per second, that beats 15 megabits per second any day, compressed. That's just the facts.
I mean, it is true. I mean, there's no way around it. That's common math.
The numbers don't change. I love Netflix 4K HDR Dolby.
But think about it though, Lemon. And within 5 years, all right, the way technology moving, being able to push 4K 60 frame with HDR don't have without being compressed.
But it has to be compressed
within 5 years.
It has to be compressed.
But I agree with Chuck, man. Like, look,
he's right. But it has to be compressed.
Lemon, but this is the thing. Like, I get it. Right now, it's not the standard. It's not the high end standard. It's always going to be console or PC or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. Right? I get that. But with the way that technology is rolling, like this
all the time, every 6 months.
All the time, every 6 months.
Facts.
There is going to be a time where we can look back and we can say, hey, it's just like with our cell phones.
But me and you might be retired and extra grandfathers.
No, hell no. I don't think it's nowhere that long. I don't think it's nowhere that long.
Our infrastructure in the United States is slower than the rest of the world.
That's only because of politics. I guarantee.
No, it's not. It's more because of population. More because of population.
No,
we're bigger than Europe.
It's not. We're bigger than Europe, but it's all about politics, though. See, it's all about politics.
Too.
It's got nothing to do about the population, because all you got to do is if you go and if you got a proper Congress that comes out and they say, hey, look, we want to build infrastructure throughout this country and be on par with the rest of the world, and that means internet, metro transit, all of that shit. Right. They sign a bill, they put the money in. It's going to happen. It's all about politics. It's all about the special interest.
It's always politics in the United States.
I understand that, but the point about that is that, look, they keep on trying to play this role of of having these special interests, keeps on trying to dictate what's going on. You find that the United States is getting more further behind from other countries, especially from countries that they find that they feel that there are threats to them, like China and shit like that. That's technologically advanced in certain ways. Then what do you think that's going to eventually happen? It's going to change.
It has to have a reform. Facts.
Yeah, it's got to change. And it's but anyway, that's a whole other topic.
It ain't just about the United States either. I mean, you got to think about it.
That's where we live. We can't worry about Canada and Europe. We live here. We can't worry about nowhere else. Listen, all I'm gonna say is this is just what it is. We know the politics of the game. This is what we do. We do this gaming stuff, and we go out there, we do this research. We know what it is. We're bringing the information to the masses, but we have to be realistic here. It's like with Google Fiber. Google Fiber has been shut down. Amazon Internet has been shut down because those markets like Comcast, like Cablevision, DirecTV don't count. They don't have a hard line internet. They rent their lines from Comcast, Cablevision, and Verizon, okay? They're not going to let Google come in there and dominate their market because Google got unlimited pockets. They're not going to let their shares go. That's why Google Fiber is not successful. They had to shut it down because
we get that. We get that.
No, but that's what it is. And Google Fiber had the right idea. Amazon had the right idea because it's all politics.
Right. But
in my neighborhood, in my area, Cablevision is king. Outside of New York, Comcast runs most of the country. They're not, it's like Walmart. These malls don't want more Walmarts around. They're boycotting Walmart because Walmart is shutting down the small businesses. Nope, y'all can't come in here, and I'm not giving them my money. I ain't giving them my.
But you just made this point that I was going to make, and then we're going to move on to another topic because we ain't going to do 3-hour podcasts. This is let me give a big shout out to Sir X Man again. He said, "My buddy Lemon."
Facts.
All right. Yes. Y'all buddies.
That's
now.
my dude. No,
hey,
we big buddies. I always rock with a dude.
Hey,
60 seconds from getting the SSI check. Facts.
Man, you couldn't even destroy a tank. Somebody, you came to that landmine down.
Yeah, I heard your podcast last night. Vibration Podcast. My man, Triple Cup, support the team. I'm not going to even respond to the nonsense because we seen him get blown up on the bridge many a times, right, K-Mega?
Right, but let me say something that Taser Delight says, because Taser Delight, he comes in here and he brings his propaganda, but here lately he's been coming with some heat though. He says let's focus on what's in our best interest and not what's in the company's best interest.
Facts,
and that's why I said the special interest is company based. If we look at it from a standpoint of the people and what interests to us, it all goes into voting and all of that stuff and following that. Like I really want to do a politics podcast, but anyway,
but you know what, K-Manga, it's all about politics. When it comes to internet, we already know it's about politics.
Yeah, right. It is, and it's doing the same. It's doing the same thing out there in Europe.
It's about politics.
But overall, back to the main point is that it's healthy for competition to be out there, and for these gamers out here that loses their perspective on because they like how organized they have their games in Steam, and then they want to hurt somebody. It's so butt ass backwards. It makes me sick to my stomach. It makes me so sick to my stomach. Anyway, let me just move on. Let's get on to the next topic. And that is, let's talk about an article that came out just a couple of hours ago before we started the show, and it was talking about Game Pass and Xbox Live, and they were saying that basically the Xbox Live and Game Pass are that there's so much now. They're combining, but it doesn't seem like it's a rumor because I think that this is something that they've been wanting to do to strategize right off the bat. But on top of this, they got the price of $14.99 every month for this combination. Now, do you guys think that this would work for Microsoft, or do you like the premise of how they have everything out now, where that you can still buy it individually? I think that they'll still have that option, but do you? Which one are you more supportive? Livewire, I'm going to go to you. Which one are you more supportive of, having them both combined, or having them separate?
I'm cool for either. I like them together because it's convenient, but
okay. But is $15 too much for you a month?
No, I'm just saying. I pay a little bit less because I got a nice little deal on my 2 years of Game Pass. But I mean, that doesn't really bother me. I always can look for it cheaper, so that's cool too. So I mean, to me, it's good to have both options. You know, even though on face value, the $15 a month would be cheaper than paying. I don't know what you paying to be honest, with like 20 for Xbox Live and Xbox Game Pass.
Xbox Live is what, $59 a month, right? I mean, $59 a year.
Yeah, I mean, man, you can get Xbox Live for $30 if you find the right spot.
Well, yeah, but what they're doing is they show what it costs, paying per month.
All right, then
they pay $10 per month for Live, huh?
With Game Pass, that'd be $120, 30 and 120, that'd be $150, so that'd be $150 a year.
No, if you do, if they do 15, $14.99 a month, let's say round it off to $15, it's going to be like $179 a year.
Right. You're not winning.
No, you winning. You winning because you playing. Yeah, you are. How? Okay, explain, Chuck. Why are you not winning?
Because you said, okay, if you get Game Pass is $10 a month, right? That's $120 a year. Now, if you can get Xbox Live for a year for like $30, like you were saying.
Okay, but you ain't been paying that $30. You've been paying the $60.
Okay, well, that means...
Come on now.
Yeah.
Come on now. Chum
okay,
on.
well, yeah, you'll be winning. You'll save a little bit on now.
Okay, chum on.
If I want to get a year, give me to it for $100 bill flat. I'll be with that.
I mean, if they do a deal where it's $120, I think that would fly off. But I don't think gamers really, because I mean, just think about all of what you're getting, right? You're getting Game Pass with. I think it's well over 100 games now. What is it? 150 games now?
No, I think it's over 200.
Oh, I don't know how many games it is now, but I know it's a lot of games. You got, let's just say 200. You got 200 games in Game Pass, plus you get Xbox Live, and you get those free games, those 4 to 5 games a month, or is it just 3? No, it's 4. It's 4 games a month from Xbox Live.
Right.
And of course, you're paying for the service. I mean, you're basically getting to play 204 plus games a month. How is that a fail? How is that a fail? How could that be a fail? Anybody? I mean, do anybody object to this? That if Microsoft is going to really actually do this, do anybody look at this as a bad strategy?
It's not a bad strategy.
I mean, they need to market it. That's the biggest thing, though.
Hey, I'm gonna put it this way.
Okay.
People said that Game Pass was gonna fail. Game Pass and blew the hell up. Now, I break it down. So I be trying to break this stuff down. People complain. I see. I can't. This ain't mine, so I can't say it. I see certain people complaining. You guys to have this, to play that online, and all that other stuff. At the end of the day, I don't know who's really paying $60 a month for Xbox Live.
I'm sure there's quite a few people that do. I mean, they don't.
Well, they do. If they do, they need to come. I'm gonna have to go what's my name? Colt made a video how to not to pay for all that money. So it's this. I may have to go make a video and show you don't have to pay that. Mm-hmm. Perfect example. What we said the other week, and I bid on it. Remember, we buy games off of Xbox. We get the Xbox reward money. Mm-hmm. Remember, they said we got a deal. We can get 3 months of Game Pass for what, $13,000, and you get $17,000. Yep. Look, I said, boom, I can take that. That's another 6 months I ain't got to pay because I already had it. I thought about doubling it up. But if they bundle it up in a deal, come on. I pay more for Netflix, and I don't get no double. The only thing I don't get none of this. I don't get like Xbox Live and Game Pass. I pay that shit for Netflix every month, and I don't barely even watch Netflix. I just keep Netflix because of the Fam Bam and stuff like that. Other than that, I watch. I don't go live. So I really cut off Netflix. How many people pay for what's that, HBO now? Oh, like, come on! If that's $14.99,
HBO now is what, like
I think it's
$15, $19, something like that.
Yeah. So if you can pay for that, what's wrong with you paying for this? At least you don't have nothing to worry about at all. Maybe they are bundling it for a month in their consoles and stuff like that. My thing is, what's wrong with options? To me, it's like Microsoft is trying to be more innovative instead of keeping you stuck. Like, we're giving you options. If you're tired of you claiming it, you don't feel like you're getting from what you're getting from Xbox, well, we're gonna bundle it up. At least you're getting 100 games. You're getting every Xbox exclusive. And you got the best online infrastructure in the world. And yeah, it goes down from time to time, but that's just life. You know what I'm saying? But come on, I think as gamers, man, we nick and pick too much, and we lick it. So I think it's a good idea to give somebody this option. And we talking about $14.99, not $29.99, not $39.99, like Stadia might gonna be. Yeah. And you got the stream. And then I saw Tim Dog even say this: what if they throw the xCloud in there with that?
Well, I think it's automatic. I think xCloud. I don't think you pay for xCloud.
You don't pay for xCloud, and I think
it probably comes with your Xbox Live service.
And that's what Silent Rage said. Silent Rage 71 said. He said Microsoft is setting this up for when the xCloud becomes available. Go ahead, Lyle. 100. Whoever. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay.
I don't know.
Anybody gonna say something? Okay, go ahead.
What? You just stop.
No, I said I'm done.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Lyle. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the service is cool. I'll definitely use it, especially when it comes to a sale when I can get everything all inclusive. Oh yeah, I'm down with it.
Right, and that's another thing too, is that these games also are on sale if they are in the Game Pass. So like, to me, it seems like what we just was talking about with the Epic Store and Steam is what Xbox is seeming to try to be, as like the Epic Store to go against PlayStation Now. I saw Red Dragon post something earlier today. Red Dragon be on his new tip, right? But like he said that PlayStation how did that go?
Man,
hold on, I gotta look for it. I gotta look for it. But basically,
you got diapers to buy, man.
Right, but it was something about, I think Xbox was charging more. Was going to be raising the price.
You can play PlayStation Now. You can play multiplayer for free.
Right,
on PlayStation Now.
Right,
and you have to pay for You have to pay for Xbox Live and Game Pass, and to play the multiplayer for them games from Game Pass. You need both. You don't need that for PlayStation Now.
Right. And now he's right about that, is that you can play PlayStation Now without having to pay for the PSN. But what he failed to realize or to elaborate in that comment, because he has had that energy about Xbox Live, not paying for Xbox Live. He's a cheap fuck. Let's just be real about it. Look, I don't mind. I don't think anybody on the Xbox side mind paying for Xbox Live, because we haven't had any of our money stolen or any of our infrastructure. I mean, I'm saying the infrastructure may have an issue here and there, but
It's reliable.
yeah, but nothing of the likes of what happened on.
I wouldn't even say
side.
the issues of my money stolen, but I'll tell you this: if my money gets taken, I don't feel like I gotta fight Microsoft to get it back.
Exactly right. Okay, so the point of this, but what Red Dragon was failed to realize or to elaborate, since he was so candid on bringing that point up about Xbox Live, was that how many online games are still capable to be played on PlayStation Now? How many PlayStation Now games have online capability?
Yeah.
How many? How many? Because I mean, we just talked about this earlier at the beginning of the show. They're already shutting the servers down for Driveclub. How many games on PlayStation Now has strong multiplayer online tie-ins? How many?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Anybody in the chat, please let me know, because the thing that cracks me up is that, look, that he forgot to bring in that factor. A lot of the games that's in PlayStation Now are single player games, and if they do have multiplayer, I don't think that those multiplayers still work. And if they do, please let me know. Give me a list. I need to know. Because, and I don't know if and how many people are actually really playing those games on PlayStation Now at a high rate. That's the difference of what's going on. What you have is you talking about older games on PlayStation Now compared to newer games that's being dropped. I mean, we as Xbox gamers have just got Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. And that's a heavy online multiplayer game. I mean, people ain't going to just want to play that story mode. They want to jump in and play the multiplayer. So same with, just any other game that's on Gamepass. So that's the thing that I think that I know that he just didn't think about, or he tried to avoid, but try to just take shots because he wants to have a free ride on Xbox, because they're a $1 trillion company pretty much, and they deserve to give everybody free shit just like the PC. Yeah.
But Red Dragon, he a PC gamer, and PC gamers, they just accustomed to that. Like we accustomed to exclusives. People buying companies buying exclusives. We accustomed to that. See how they tripping out about that? I mean, we don't have to. We used to paying for live. We know the benefits of it. We see the results. But them, you know what I'm saying, when on PC, by them not paying for that, they don't see the benefits that we have. So they just from the outside looking in. But if they was actually on this inside, they wouldn't be sitting up there complaining about that like they actually think they are.
Right. Like, I mean, there's I seen somebody also today. They went in and they were talking about, because Xbox is raising their prices on Xbox Live in Europe, and they were like, "Where's the anti-consumer people at?" Whatever. I know I wasn't in that group of saying that, but whatever. But when PlayStation, I mean, you know what I'm saying, when PlayStation raised the prices, because I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I know that that in Europe that they're having some kind of internet situation going on. It's been all over out there to where they're trying to change their internet. Maybe that may have something to do with it. Regardless of it or whatever, they raised the price up. I think the price in Europe money is about the same about what a person would pay, maybe $60 for here in the US. I'm thinking that. I could be wrong. But if you aren't familiar with Xbox Live, and the comfort that you have compared to what it is on the PlayStation, then I don't know what to tell you. I would like to challenge a lot of PlayStation fans out there to let me know how many of you guys have your credit card information on PlayStation compared to how many people have their credit card information on Xbox.
Hey, Mega, you're getting messy.
I'm being real. I'm being realistic.
You know they ain't got their credit card.
I'm just saying I would like to challenge that. I would also like to challenge of how many Xbox Live passes are in the top 3 on Amazon compared to how many PSN cards are out there on Amazon. I would like to see the comparison. Do you think that more people are that buy these cards on Amazon for Xbox or for PSN or for PlayStation? That means that there'll be a problem right there. That means that there's a lot of people that don't have a lot of trust for Sony. There could be people that could talk shit about me and think that I was lying about my whole situation with with the thing that I went through about getting my money stolen back in 2010, and then trying to make all types of crazy little stories of their own about that shit. But regardless, I'll never put another credit card information on any Sony product ever in my entire life after that bullshit. Fuck that.
To pour salt on the wound, on Amazon bestsellers for video games right now, the top 3 are PlayStation cards. Just throwing it out there. No,
I know. I think everybody else knows that. So I think that people need to stop. I think you get what you pay for. And with PlayStation 3, a lot of people got what they paid for because they didn't pay shit for PSN back then. And they paid the price. 22, it was anywhere from 21 to 30 million people that had to pay the price. And I was one of those people. So I know this. I know this. Personally.
To add on to that topic, like people have been campaigning like PlayStation, Microsoft, Xbox and PlayStation, mostly Xbox, to drop the paywall to play online, right? But like, let's look at history real quick. The 360 PS3 era. On 360, you had to pay for it. PS3, it was free. And you just mentioned it. On PS3, since it was free, it was ass, right?
Right.
And like once people start paying for it, then they get a little bit better, right? Over time, right?
PlayStation 4 is a lot better. When people say PlayStation is down, my PlayStation is on. I don't know where a lot of people be saying that shit, but my PlayStation be on when they say the PlayStation is down.
Like, let's look at the comparison. Right. Since when they started paying for it, got better. What do you think is going to happen to these services once we stop paying for it? It's become free. Is it going to stay the same quality? It's going to get worse? Like
it would be worse. Just think about the Lizard Squad and how they infiltrated both consoles. Like, just think about that. And then what? Like, how many malware viruses get into PC games? Just think about that. Like, it's a free entity, open box, like 100 be saying. And what happens? People always get their shit fucked up, or always have to. Why do you think that people buy these malware? These malware safety nets for their PCs. If PC was so fantastic to that point to where you can, it's nothing to worry about, then people wouldn't even be buying these software viruses, these whatever the shit's called, because I have it. I have 2 of them. Lemon, I know you got some on your PC, right?
Yes, sir.
Antivirus. I know you do.
Yeah. Hang on. I'm gonna break this down too. I'm gonna break this shit down to the T. I deal with this shit all day, every day. Fuck Norton. Fuck ABG. Fuck them all. Because guess what? It's not the company that's doing it. It's the user that's doing it. When you go on fake, when you click on something that ain't supposed to be true, if you go download a pirate game and you don't know how to use the patch or the antivirus, saying that the patch is a virus and it really ain't a virus, but they get paid from the company to say that it's a virus, it ain't that easy. Antivirus, thing about this, I tell people right now, I don't use no antivirus on none of my computers because I know what's good to be true. I tell my customers, if you get on Facebook and Sister Ann sends you something about dating the Christian life, that you know that you on this because you've been married for 35 years, if you click on that link, that is a user fault, not the user. But see, when you get on a console, you don't have no type of problem because you're in a closed environment. That's why Xbox Live and PSN and Nintendo shit is not free, because they're trying to protect you. When you on PC, it's open game. I can sit there and say, hey, I can get you the Division 2 with all the DLC, this, and I have some malware in it for you. So I'll let you play the game for about, say, a month, and then I hit you with malware. And then I hit you with malware, and then I turn the malware into ransomware and say, hey, this is the FBI. You just pirated this game. Mm-hmm. I need $300. Even though none of them companies don't do that. Or, well, you need to call this certain number. Microsoft don't tell you to call them. EA don't tell you to call them. None of these companies don't tell you to call them. You call them. They don't tell you to call them. And the way I like how they do it now is, you need a number, then you got to get to your phone or your email, and you got to give them a 8-digit code to even open up your account. That's on the console side. On the PC side, it's open game. Even if you go even get mods, it's still open game. If you don't know how to use it, sometimes you might throw a DLL file and replace it, and you might crash another DLL file because you didn't read the instruction right to take this one out or replace this one, and then the game could totally crash, and then it crashed your Windows system, and you got to reload everything back over. That's the PC life, but nobody want to tell you that life, because they feel like they're living their best life. They ain't got to go back and forth with the console people. I don't have to deal with it. I can deal with it, but you don't. The average consumer is not a plug and play. People understand. They think, I can go console, plug and play. It ain't that easy because there's so many different components that's out there. You got video cards to, to different CPUs, different motherboards. You got a brand that you got from Dell. You might got something that you got from ASUS. You might got a custom build joint. Do you know about drivers and all that? No. People want convenience. Hit a button and let's go.
That's it. You're right. I mean, that is absolutely right. All right. Well, let's get to the last topic, and then we're going to get out of here. We're going to stay somewhat on time. This is something that I really wanted to elaborate, and I'm glad that Lemon's on here because I know how much he loves Battle Royale. I am just not the biggest fan of Battle Royale at all. I'm just not.
Yeah.
But I will play it. It's just, I don't know. It's just not my thing. But when you look at at what's going on with the shooter era, it almost looks like that shooters of how we used to know is kind of fading into the background. Even though a lot of these games sell well, but it just seems like to me that the shooter is kind of like in a place to where it's dwindling a little bit, and then you have the looter shooter, and then you have Battle Royale. It seems like those are the things that's kind of taking the shooter space over. So I'm gonna go start with you, Lemon. What is your thoughts about this? I mean, because I what I'm saying, I love shooters, right? I my Battlefields, things like that.
And you get busy.
And I love my shooters, but it seems like that a lot of gamers out here these days are kind of getting out of that realm of the old Call of Duty way and wanting to go to the looter shooters and wanting to go to the Battle Royales. Do you feel that shooters are beginning to go into the regular era of what the original shooter is going another direction, maybe going downwards compared to everything else that's coming out?
No, I don't. King Mega, you as old as me. You came through the grandfathered great generation of shooters. You started with the first Quake. The first Quake was what? Deathmatch only.
Yeah.
Okay. When they implemented team deathmatch, people was like, you could be on teams. You could be on teams? Oh my God. That was a big thing. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Unreal dropped they situation. They came out with free for all, and they came out with team based, and then they created Capture the Flag. Capture the Flag went on for about 8 years on fire. Then Call of Duty came out years later. Then they was collecting dog tags and domination. Oh my God, every game had to have domination and some form of dog tags, right? This generation is Battle Royale. It's an addition to a multiplayer situation. It's not a negative. Now, is everybody doing the same thing? No, they're not. Apex Legends don't do the same thing. PUBG brought it to the masses, and Epic copied them where they had a failure game.
Yes.
A failure. Horrible. Not even 500,000 sold. They copied PUBG and made the Battle Royale. Fortnite. with the building. It's a different type of game, same format, but they added their touches. Apex Legends, Titanfall era, added their touches. Battlefield 5, multiplayer is good. Now they jumped into that battle royal realm and brought their touches, vehicles, airplane combat, fire destroying cities and platforms. It's another mode. You can't take this as a negative because somebody's going to create a mode that everybody's going to enjoy. Everybody got capture the flag. Everybody got some form of domination. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got some form of
team deathmatch and operation.
Right. So, that comes with Destiny. That comes with the Division. It's a game mode. It's not a way of life. PUBG is built off that game mode. But you take that game mode, like Quake. Quake started it all. Before Halo. You know what I'm saying? They started it. So it's not a bad situation. These situations should be embraced because everybody gonna bring their spin to that game mode. It's good for gaming. And anybody that don't say it's good for gaming, you got people that love Fortnite. Oh, I love building and doing, auto lock on. Whereas PUBG is more simulated like Rainbow Six. Everything present a different perspective. So when you're a gamer, you have to respect all generations and genres when they implement a mode of that nature. It is a great situation for gaming. We need new ideas, and we need, each game that comes out, it's in its own universe. I play Uncharted, but Tomb Raider multiplayer is better than Uncharted. It does more. You're crafting the abilities, the level designs. Tomb Raider is better. But Uncharted in third person started where Tomb Raider took off. You need those platforms. From Pac-Man came Miss Pac-Man. From Miss Pac-Man came Millipede, then Super Millipede. Everything is always paying homage to what's paved the way. You understand?
You can't forget about the godfather of shooters, GoldenEye.
Yeah, yeah, facts. But GoldenEye is not before Quake. GoldenEye is not before Quake.
Yeah, GoldenEye set the standard for 4-player split screen.
Right. It was a console shooter.
Yeah.
Quake was on PC for years before GoldenEye. And I'm a GoldenEye fiend, but I'm talking facts here. The godfather of shooting came from Quake.
Yeah, no, Quake.
Quake
started it.
Yes, 1v1. Free for all. Quake started that.
Yeah, Quake was all about. Yeah, I remember playing free for all, and I was pissed off because I didn't know really how to play with a keyboard and mouse.
That's why I brought up K Mega A's because we grew up in that era. To seeing when I remember when Quake introduced team versus team, people was going crazy. Oh my God, you could be on teams and battle other people?
That's why.
And then it came to Dreamcast.
That's why Halo changed it all for the consoles. That's why, when people say that Halo's lost relevance, when you hear the word, you pay homage to it. Mm-hmm. Even if you're not a Halo fan,
you don't have to be a Halo fan.
You know what it is. You got to pay the homage to it.
And I'm going to say this for the record
because it changed the modern day shooter to what it is today.
Facts.
On console, no doubt.
And I'm gonna tell you what it really changed. That Microsoft, I want y'all to pay attention. This is some history for your asses. Every first-person shooter that moves with the body with the left analog stick and shoots with the right, that's a Microsoft patent. They did that from Halo. Everybody that uses that give Microsoft $3 and $4 per copy that is sold because they invented that. Facts.
Nice.
That shows you how important Halo is to the business.
Oh yeah, Halo.
Because remember, hold on, K-Mega. When you played Quake on Dreamcast, not keyboard and mouse, when you played on Dreamcast, you had to use face buttons to look around. There was no.
That was a horrible thing. I'll put it this way. That was horrible.
It was horrible, yes. But we made it work. We made it work because that's all we had.
We didn't make it work. We didn't want to play it no more.
But I hated it.
We went back to the PC.
There was no dual. There was no dual analog sticks at that time. GoldenEye did the same shit with the 4 directional yellow buttons. You didn't have a choice. Until Xbox, dual analog sticks. Call of Duty. Hold on.
Give Bungie a round of applause because they put a first-person shooter that felt great and good on a console.
Facts. And people don't understand what Halo brought to the table. But like I said, man, this is why you watch GRG, because you want to get that knowledge. And that's some knowledge for your asses. Facts.
Anybody else want to elaborate on this? Because this is the last topic of the night. So, do anybody think that the way that shooters have become now, is it that the old way of shooters with the team deathmatch, things like that, is it now kind of on the backside when you now look at looter shooters that's now taken off and battle royale and things like that?
I think looter shooters is going away. Think about it, put this way.
Looter shooters is what? Looter shooters is what?
No, it's not.
Looter shooters. There's too many looter shooters out here.
Okay, but so how is that going away when there's too many?
I ain't mean going away. I mean, can I correct myself?
Okay.
Yeah, please do. Please do.
Y'all want to jump on the road? Leave me alone today. But no, I'll put it this way. The looter shooters are cool. I love looter shooters. But are there too many of them out there? Yes.
No,
because it's time consuming. They're really time consuming.
But you know what? They all present something different.
Some of them do, some of them don't. Some of them the same. Think about it. Okay, shout out to my man, Master Chief. He broke this stuff down to me, but I don't believe all of it, but I got to see what he was talking about. Is when they break down looter shooters, right? He's saying that the developer has done research and all type of other things to get to the part of our mind that we're our addictive part of our mind. That don't mean you're addicted to cocaine and alcohol, but you know that stuff that's fun. I'm addicted to Smarties. You know what I'm saying? I'm addicted to women. You know what I'm saying?
Out of your brains when
that part of your brain they done research where they can give you really a 5-minute part of a 5-minute game, and they stretch it out to an hour because you're addicted because you're so addicted trying to get to that next item. And think about that item is the same. And the same. It's the same. When we play The Division, most of our guns are all the same. They just named different. They might have different ammo in it. They might have different attributes, but they're the same gun that we had at the beginning of the game.
That's not what K-Mega's talking about.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about the looter shooter. I mean, the shooter game is not going away. We love shooters. But that's the game. That's what we got.
Everybody
right
loves violence. Everybody.
Think about it is we're flooded right now with too much stuff that our minds can't really process really right now.
You know,
we got so much stuff going on.
Types of shooters. Like there's two types. Like the looter shooters, they got a demographic. Like the people they like Anthem, like the Division. They got those type of people. And then you got the type of people that like Battlefield, or they like Call of Duty, or they like Halo.
Facts.
So you got these type of shooters. So they completely two different categories. If you look at it, and they got a demographic diehards, and they ain't going nowhere.
Chuck.
But you know what? I agree with Chuck. I went through this today. I went and played PUBG. I said, shit, I don't feel like playing this serious. So I popped on Apex. Right? Apex is more of an arcade shooter, like Black Ops 4. I got tired of that. I said, you know what? I need to get my Battlefield on. I need to poke a bastard in his eye and keep it pushing. I cleaned it up. You might do.
Yeah.
I said, I need to poke a bastard in his eye and have a good time on some serious tip. And guess what? PUBG is the most serious version of Battle Royale. But Apex is fun. It's like and Apex and Fortnite is fun. But when you want to get bogged down and get serious, it's Battlefield and PUBG. They're different experiences. They're bringing different elements. None of them is really copying each other. They're taking the Battle Royale mode and they're making the version of that game to their game demographic. They're not the same. And it's bringing difference of experience. Look at Titanfall. Titanfall 2 is nothing like these rest of these shooters. It's not like Halo. It's not like nothing. Even though Call of Duty tried to be Titanfall, did it achieve it?
No,
it did not. It was terrible. They try to run on the walls. I always say, damn, people run on the walls got an advantage that when you learn it. But in Titanfall, if you run on the wall and you got skill, you can shoot a dude down, you tear his ass up. They don't want to run on the wall.
Right.
Every game is bringing a different demographic, and we're supposed to have enjoyment. And I want people to say, I want a Battle Royale mode. I want a Call of Duty mode. I want a collect the dog tags mode, but do it in your perspective. Don't do exactly what everybody else is doing. And that's what they're doing with Battle Royale. It's just a new mode to multiplayer, which brings people in. AKA my man, Sir X-Men. He don't even play Battle Royale. When I first played Battle Royale with him, he didn't even know how to drop ammunition. I came back a week later, he was like an ammunition dropping expert. That means the mode has dragged him in. And that's what you want. You want different experiences in the games that you love. Facts. That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
All right.
You said you're gonna argue. Okay.
Look. The 100 done like good. That's too much.
Anybody else?
No, they really covered everything in its fullness.
Yeah, I mean, as for me, I think that there is a. I think as the shooter, as the shooter itself is evolved, I found myself enjoying looter shooters more than the actual shooter. And,
Facts.
And I'm kind of like, wow, like I can't get enough of Anthem. I can't get enough of The Division. I can't get enough of now. And this is what was really crazy because I didn't really like Borderlands when I first played it back then. Back on the 360, I was like, I just wasn't feeling it, but I was all over COD and Battlefield back then, and I was just, but that was me adjusting to something that was so different. And that's
your element, right,
and also that it just shows how like Borderlands really the first looter shooter, revolutionary, and now. I'm glad that Borderlands 3 is coming out, and I'm going to support it, and I'm going to also support. I supported the Game of the Year version of Borderlands. I just went ahead. I got it for $6 because I had Microsoft money. But the fact of it is that like, look, I just think I wanted to give it another try because I didn't like it back then because I didn't understand it. But now I played like 4 hours of it last night. Like I was in there with Tax and we were just talking.
Experiencing it.
We're playing, yeah. And I still haven't really played the game online. That was just me playing solo.
Oh, wow.
So I've never really played a Borderlands game with people. So that's the thing that since I played Anthem and Division and all these other games, I now understand Destiny. I now understand what the premise of the game is and what really makes the game fun. So,
can I say something, Kid Mega? Let me say.
Yeah.
Last night, I'm in my basketball gym. I'm talking to one of my homeboys. He don't know I got a YouTube channel, so he's telling me Division is corny and Anthem is corny, right? I said, "Are you insane? That's one of the best multiplayer games out." He's an Xbox dude. Oh, I don't like Sea of Thieves. I said, "What?" I don't like State of Decay either. So I said, being the gamer I am, I said, what the hell are you playing? You got to be playing by yourself. Yeah, I don't play online. I be online, but I don't play online with people. I said, first of all, these games are made for co-op and they're made for community. You can't play Destiny. You can't play Division. You can't play State of Decay. You can't play Anthem. You can't play nothing that's built for co-op by yourself and get the real experience.
Absolutely.
You got to broaden your horizons, unmute your goddamn mic, and be sociable. Because these games are not made to be played alone. Sea of Thieves, you on a boat by yourself. How fun is that, K-Mega?
Boring.
Facts.
Boring. I've said that a million
play
times.
with a crew.
Sea of Thieves is life when you playing with a crew. They need to add.
You
they
play
need to start making
Division by
armadas.
yourself, and nobody's talking. You just doing mission with people's ass on mute.
I can play it by myself.
It's not fun though.
But
it's not the
cool.
same experience. It's cool, but it's not the same experience.
But yeah, it's not the same experience when you're playing with people. Yeah.
These games are built for co-op. You play State of Decay. I don't even play State of Decay because I can't play by myself. I don't even. First of all, you have to have
by yourself. I don't know what you talk about, man.
I can't play by myself. Not State of Decay. No,
I played State of Decay by myself and had a good time, but it's way better with people though.
That's the point. That's the point that I'm trying to make.
Yeah, it's like you gotta play with. It's
Gears of War 4. Gears of War 4 is an amazing game. Play with 3 of your friends. It's amazing.
See, even the multiplayer games, Call of Duty or on Battlefield, play Battlefield by yourself, then play with somebody.
Fact.
Play with 4 people.
All these games are built on the cooperation between communication between whoever's you with and enjoying a game. It brings a different level. It's like when you play 2K, you go into the Pro-Am, you by yourself, nobody's talking, and everybody's shooting the ball when they want to shoot. But go in there with 4 of your friends, you're going to have a ball.
Well, anyway, we got to wrap it up, man. We got to wrap it up.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Anyway, let's go ahead and go to operations. What's your fail of the week? What's going on with you, bro? Where can they find you at?
For me, fail of the week, these grown-ass men and women review bombing old-ass games.
Facts.
Nothing for them. That's a mess right there. For me, you can definitely catch us tomorrow on Smash. Hopefully, we should do a show if Bloody gets everything situated with them. You know, he's trying to have his own business. Can understand that. But yeah, you can catch us on Smash every Saturday around 8 p.m. Central Time or 9 p.m. Eastern. And of course, you catch me on Twitter at Operations or just Cybersburg. No matter.
Cool. All right. Livewire, where can they find you at and what's your fail of the week?
You can find me out on my channel, Livewire Gaming. My fail of the week was, man, it's hot as fuck up in here, man. That's my fail of the week. It's hot as fuck.
Get a ceiling fan, get some air conditioning.
Livewire is so smart, he's stupid.
Yeah. Livewire. You know what? That's the perfect analogy for Livewire is so smart, he's stupid.
Oh my God.
That's it. That's it. That's Livewire.
Fan members is hot, man.
This brother is got bachelors and everything else.
Right.
But he's the dumbest smart motherfucker I've ever met. Anyways.
Well, my main fail of the week was
we still love you, Livewire.
A motherfucker telling me that a console isn't an electronic device. That was one of my biggest. I said
that's when you block it. You gotta block it, dude.
Yeah, where's born? He came out to me.
Now you gotta block that dude.
It's like, what's the point of buying a console if it has no exclusives? He was like, what'd he say? He was like, because you gotta have exclusive for electronic devices. And I was like, I got a television. That shit ain't got no exclusives. I got a phone. I don't know too many exclusives on my phone. I got features, but exclusive software, nah, not really. Shit, you know what I mean? My fucking, my radio. It's
not
like
type of shit when somebody talk to you. I gotta find a new hobby like tipping cows.
I know. Oh, hey, tipping cows used to be fun as a kid. Shut your ass up. Anyway.
Well, I'm not country. I don't know nothing about that. So
let me be country, baby. Let's go.
That goes along with shooting frogs and shit.
No, it's not the same. Yeah. I'm not shooting a frog. What's wrong with you?
Pennsylvania. Oh no, excuse me, New Jersey.
He don't know. Yeah, you can tell he don't know about tipping cows.
When they bored, they stick straws up frogs' asses and blow them up until they explode.
Oh my God!
Okay.
PG-13. PG-13.
100. Where can they find you at? And what's your fail of the week?
Fail of the week. I didn't get drunk enough this week.
Oh my God! We got back-to-back meatheads.
Back-to-back, smart, educated brothers, and they just.
This dude is another smart dummy nigga.
See, there you go. You know what? This is the 4th show that you slip one out.
My bad. I'm sorry.
I'm about to do the knuckles to your ass. You get one more out.
Nope. I'm not doing it no more. I'm sorry, people.
Jesus Christ. Okay. Anyway.
You'll find me everywhere all on.
I'm sorry, man.
No. I'm trying to get drunk tonight, though.
Oh, I'm concentrating.
How they can tell you how to build
right now. I'm sipping on this Tito's.
Jesus Christ!
You about to have a T-bone?
No, on these. What's this called? This,
Tito.
Tito's, yeah.
Tito's.
I told you Tito's will get you messed up.
It will.
Tito's is smooth.
Tito's is a beast.
That's that gourmet shit.
It's that
Did you say gourmet? Gourmet.
It's gourmet. It say gourmet. It is gourmet. Look on the bottle. It say gourmet.
Okay, I'm looking at the bottle right now. Okay, hold on.
Stop
Wait a minute.
yelling at us.
I thought.
Okay, hold on. I don't see anything gourmet. It says
gourmet vodka.
You drinking Tito's, K-Mega?
Yeah.
Better slow down. Slow down, bro.
Hold on.
It said gourmet vodka.
It said crafted in the old-fashioned pot still.
You got the copper. You got the copper top. You got the copper top.
Micro distillery.
Do you got the copper top bottle?
Yes.
Oh, okay. He's right. I drink the same bottle.
Yeah. Award-winning distilled in times. Yes. I mean,
just slow down, K-Mega. You start seeing aliens.
Last week I got up and I was like, "Ooh."
It's a whoa, whoa, whoa.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Anyway, all right. Okay, cool. Chuck, where can they find you at? Where can they find you? What's your feel of the week?
All right, well, my fail of the week is I overbooked myself for this weekend. All right, you know what I'm saying? They got the Strawberry Festival this weekend. I was thinking about going to. They got some downtown.
Mm-hmm.
They got my job got an event they got going on, and I pretty much, like I said, I'm gonna go to all of them. So I pretty much overbooked myself, and then on top of that, I'm going to go see Shazam. No, I'm trying to get Dragon on the show next weekend next week.
You ain't trying. I'm there.
Man, we're gonna go hard on that Shazam because man, I know a lot of people like they want to see this movie here because it's Shazam. But DC the step they game up, and man, DC been really going hard, and we just seen that they actually took a step. People always talk about what DC need to do to go in the right direction. If y'all see DC now, they in the right direction. You got Wonder Woman, Aquaman first. Shazam.
Facts.
Yeah, so that was my fellow week. Overbooking myself. I'm still gonna get it. It's your boy Triple Cup Chuck, and I'm up. Find me at Triple Cup Chuck, Heroic Vibration Podcast Thursday. Hopefully, I can get lemon enough. You know what I'm saying? Everything goes straight.
Yeah, hopefully I'm there. Light skinned brothers on deck.
Yeah, because Sir X-Men is officially a member of
I heard.
Podcast. So
I heard.
All right,
I'm gonna let him loose on you, Lemon.
You can let him loose.
Hold on. We got to get out of here. Enough.
All right, that's me.
All right, hold on. Operations. Where can they find you at?
I already did my sign off. We're good.
Did I? See, okay.
Yeah, he did.
That was the first one.
That Tito.
You've been drinking. You've been drinking.
All right, well, you know what that means.
It's
time to. Hey, you know what that means. It's time to get the hell out of here. Hey, my fill of the week is.
I ain't do my sign off, K-Mega. You always leaving me out. I'm starting to feel neglected.
Because you always talking shit. I thought
because
you already
that's
did
why we do
off.
a podcast. I'm supposed to talk.
You are, but I thought you. Okay, anyway, where can they find you at? And what
you can find me at 108 Dragons TV
right,
on every social
let's
media.
Get out of here.
Oh,
okay.
Damn, that's disrespectful.
Anyway, go ahead.
Water buffalo on deck. You supposed to be my brother.
I'm gonna be drinking a lot of water this year too.
Yeah, listen. bring them good sneakers.
You damn right. I ain't bringing no shell toes. I ain't bringing no Adidas no damn more, baby.
Nah, but you know what? I'm sorry I was late tonight. I appreciate everybody for coming through. The content we always bring it to you on the fire tip, and you can find me at 108 Dragons TV on everything. I will be giving out Bumblebee digital movie content Monday. You got to subscribe at the YouTube channel. You got to come through on that Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Support everybody on this podcast. We work hard bringing you this work. You already know. We love this game and shit. Facts.
Cool. What's your fail of the week?
My fail of the week is I ain't gonna do that. My fail of the week. Life is good, baby. I don't have no fail of the week.
Okay.
Positive movements. Fail of the week is positive movements only.
I got you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And God bless for the family. You know what I'm saying? Make sure
Thank you, son. Thank you.
No doubt. As for me, you know what I'm saying, as you know, is my fail of the week. I said this earlier where I was gonna bring a little to YouTube algorithms and to YouTube people coming after me about my own gaming content. I was in review purgatory for 3 freaking videos.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And all, since I haven't been doing any videos, it's been all GRG for a minute. And it was all over my Final Fantasy gameplay. And so I was
That's Nintendo. That's Nintendo.
No, that was Square Enix. There was somebody coming to me saying, "You can't play this. This is you in violation." What the fuck I am? You know what? I got Final Fantasy on everything that I own. Everything that I own. You know what I'm saying? PC, PlayStation, Xbox, even got a couple of Final Fantasy games on my Nintendo. Well, I don't have the Switch yet, so I'm not trying to fraud the public. But I'm saying, I'm like, what's going on? Like, what are you doing?
And they don't want their gameplay shown like it's a secret after 12, 15 years.
Right. Well, I disputed it, and it took a month, but they finally relinquished it. So hopefully now the algorithms can get back to doing what they're supposed to be doing, man. Because I was like, what's going on here? What's happening? And so, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So the fail of the week is definitely YouTube with these algorithms. It's just, you know what I'm saying? I've almost to the point of giving up. You know what I'm saying? It's always been for the love in the first place, but damn.
Yeah,
like,
fact. You know don't even let it get you. Don't even let it get you, son.
But it is what it is. But we doing our thing. But other than that, everything is good. Just I'm tired of working 12 to 14 hours, 12 to 14, 15 hours a damn day. At work. Shit. X is nice.
Don't be mad about getting that money.
my body
pay our bills like some of these other suckers.
My body mad about it. That's why this Tito's is gonna make it right. But anyway, the Tito's gonna make it right. Anyway, as you know,
I said, "Can make what happened to my game? Where you put me in a rotation?"
This is all gameplay. I'm waiting for everybody's gameplay. Livewire 108.
No, you know what? My fail of the week is not giving my brother K-Mega my gameplay on time. I had a little family issues. I was a little bit off, you know what I'm saying? And my man K-Mega been through it. Everybody handles stuff differently. But I hit him with it today. So I got some for your asses next week. Brutalities.
Okay, cool. Because you know what? This is the thing right here. I got to get some gameplay, live fucking wire. I gotta get some gameplay from everybody because me and Xbot are negotiations to go against next podcast, go against GRG.
He can't handle me.
And we need the best gameplay.
No,
GRG
he don't got 4K. He don't got 4K. He got 1080i streamlines. We're not doing that.
Hey, somebody bought my bro a 4K television last week. So
he just gave 4K in 2019.
Hey, somebody bought my boy Xbox 448 a television.
I was 4K in 2015.
4K HDR.
Can't touch me, sucker.
4K HDR. So shout out to for you know what I'm saying. I haven't got.
Welcome to the club.
Hey, Mooch can't even say that shit. That my boy Bot got a TV. Like you motherfuckers buy games, but he got a TV. Like I don't know, man.
I'm about to let these dudes some 4K assets.
So anyway, but as we know, we about to get out of here. I knew that it was going to be long. Outros is always long as hell, but everything is good. You know the slogan. If you don't have to go to work tomorrow, and if you ain't gaming, then you better
be doing the dance off.
You better be doing that.
You know how we do.
You know how we do. That's how we do it anyway.
Don't forget to take a bath.
Wash your ass. Don't be going in there nasty, going in there trying to do something.
No, go in there raw. Go in there raw.
Okay.
Butt juice working.
Trying to get baby population. Yeah, I know. You're going to be suffering. You're over here doing that. Anyway, we out here, everybody. Peace.
Hey, thanks for checking out the GRG podcast. All your gaming news and our special topic of the week. Make sure to join us every Friday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 9:30 p.m. Central, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. This was the GRG podcast.